I don't know if I've been in the ocean.
Let's save this for.
I've been on the,
let's save this for Popper and Jeannie because I.
Plopper and Jeannie.
Pepper and Jeannie.
Oh, because
I want to.
For you, many times.
I want to tell a story, but I can't tell it on this air. But I can tell it on Pepper and Jeannie because we can get a little banty over there.
Doug, that's a tease. Just got better at teasing.
We don't have to worry about cussing and things on that.
Remember the yacht excursion you went on with Natalie Wood and Raquel Welch?
That's right.
No. Now, back in the old days, I don't know what they did in the old-time pirate ships and things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how evolved they were from, say, the Roman era. But if you were...
because it would have been like 1,000 years later, right?
But I don't know how much advanced they were as far as wiping. They didn't have toilet paper.
It's all about wiping?
Well, we asked the question, how are they wiping? Back then, if you were rich, you had somebody wipe it for you with a brush. They would have a brush and a bucket, and then they would kind of go sideways, and the guy would wipe it for you, and then go back in that bucket.
How do you know this?
I saw it on Spartacus.
There you go.
God, I think that there'd be just a lot of spraying with
It would.
that brush technique.
But Batiaris, who owned the Gladiator School, he would go, and they had these, like, a whole row of them, like little holes in the wood, and they would all sit down. And this guy was just talking, drop trowel, and talking to his friend, and the guy handed him the brush. It was in a bucket, got water on it, just gave it back to him.
Don't make that sound effect.
That
please.
brush went right back into the bucket with his poop on it.
Oh.
That'd be a randy little sea man.
I don't think it was.
You said this was in a movie you saw.
That
It was
audio.
a TV show. I don't think they made that up.
No, they never made
How's he going to wipe? Let's just do this. No, they kind of researched.
I don't know. Couldn't they have excluded that from the movie and been just fine?
Well, it was as real as could be back in the Spartacus days.
Yeah, but that goes on today, too. People still use the restroom. It doesn't make its way into the movies.
Well, it's a long time ago. Just like when you have the poop deck, then you have swab the deck. That's what they're using, that brush to swab the poop.
Oh, I don't know.
Doug.
I don't know. It's an odd topic that we've gotten off on.
I didn't start it.
We just started talking about explorers.
Right. We were talking Portugal.
Right. It started
come full circle.
It was a very highbrow discussion.
That would have been a tough job on a ship that long. I was actually offered a job on a ship in Tahiti.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
To do what?
Be a waiter.
I had friends who did that.
Yeah, that's like
brutal.
3 weeks on straight, and then you get a week off.
Yeah, they said it was brutal.
Yeah, I said I can't. Even doing a private ship, and the guy owned like 6 private ships, and he would have like 8 couples per ship, and I think you had 2 couples you had to take care of for dinner. But you work 7 days a week for 3 straight weeks. Then you get a week off. But that's just a lot of work before you get time off.
Yeah.
Even in Tahiti. So
And then as soon as you're off and you rest up for a day or two, it's almost time to go back to work
Yeah.
for 3 weeks.
So I said no. It'd been nice, but yeah, that 3 weeks on, 1 week off was no go for me.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Ryan Kelly. And Ryan, you have a program that may be of interest to some of our listeners, and that's with reverse mortgages.
Definitely a few of the listeners, if not a lot of their parents, for sure, will definitely love a reverse mortgage. And this isn't a new product. It's been around for quite some time, but right now it is very popular. If you are 62 years old or older, you may qualify for a reverse mortgage. And I'll give you kind of an idea of what that looks like. Let's say that you owe $200,000 on the home, and maybe they're appraising for $400,000. So you have this $200,000 of equity, but you don't want a monthly payment. You can't afford it. That's why you are where you are, battling to pay the prescription costs, the credit cards, help out the family, get everybody together for the holidays. Well, with that reverse mortgage, you can take that equity out and you don't have to pay it back. You don't have any monthly payments. You have nothing until you sell the home. So it's a great way for our folks that are 62 or older to tap into the equity and not have any payments until they sell the house. Learn more about reverse mortgages today by visiting thehomeloanexpert.com.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT. And you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family's story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Leonard Skinnerd. ZZ Top. Two American institutions unite. The Sharp-Dressed Simple Man Tour. August 17th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. With special guest Uncle Kracker. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Part of the Allegiant Always concert series.
Bret Michaels, hot off the stadium tour, now brings you Party Gras 2023 with special appearances by former Journey singer Steve Augeri, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, plus special guests Night Ranger and Jefferson Starship. Friday, July 28th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Party Gras 2023, part of the Allegiant Always concert series.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We are in the Michelob Ultra Studios. This is the Munganast St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, Action Jackson with you. Get involved on the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. 314-881-TMA5. Call in to the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA. And email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And what you can do is become a friend of the Feather. And the Feather is soft. It will tickle you. It will tease you. And it will please you, Doug.
I'm not going to be much good to you. Iggy needs paper right now.
What do you got, Iggy?
I don't
You
know.
writing?
Jots.
You doing show notes?
It's paper.
Want to work on
No,
your
I gotta-
teasing?
I gotta jot some stuff down here.
Oh,
Nice.
You can do some homework now?
oh wow.
No, not now. Breaks or something.
All right.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's tease.
Well, the paper situation has been taken care of.
So now you're good?
Well, I think you're good. You're the one that needed the
Oh,
paper.
you're the one that said you won't be any good.
Oh, no, I don't think I'll be much good to you today.
The Blues
no.
play last night?
No.
Doug will watch the Tilt in Edmonton tomorrow night.
Right. Start of a 5-game road swing.
How do you do? Where do they play?
Edmonton, Calgary,
Nice.
Vancouver, Seattle, and San Jose.
No, I'm sorry, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Boys will get a Tuesday night in Seattle, and then they don't play again until Friday in Las Vegas. How
Oh.
do you do? Sign your NDAs and enjoy the trip.
Mm-hmm. They'll be in Vegas, early Wednesday probably?
Yeah.
Bring the moms on that trip, maybe.
Probably not that one.
Yeah. Have a
I
fun
don't know.
time, boys. Happy holidays, eh?
Do you think if your team is struggling, do you dare go out and paint the town red in Las Vegas on a road trip?
Yes.
Who
The
cares?
answer is an insta shit. Patty Maroon, I said this yesterday on 101 ESPN. Patty Maroon, when he was in for one of the podcasts we did, he said it's amazing how going out can bring a team together. And he goes, we weren't really hanging out in 2018, 2019. And then famously, that bar in Philadelphia where Gloria was played, he goes, it brought the team together. Probably wouldn't be something that a lot of people would, rave about. But guys know the program. Some ladies know the program, too.
Yeah. I could see how they could become better friends. I don't see how that could improve the play on the ice, but if he said it did, I guess it did.
He's Patty Maroon, and he's got chalices to prove it.
Yeah.
He's a god in Tampa, that Patty Maroon.
Really?
Lives in a neighborhood with, God, who is it? Gabbert? Blaine Gabbert, as you call him.
I told you I saw him when I was down there.
Oh, yeah. But Brady used to live in that neighborhood.
Right.
too.
We went to look at Tom Brady's house, and you can drive right up to it. It's
Doug,
not like
if
it's
you're
gated.
interested in it, and I don't know if you are, it's $12.5 million. It's on the market.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'd be a cash buyer
I know you would
with
be.
rates where they are. They're gonna, take out a loan or anything. But we went to look at Brady's house and go, wow, that is huge. Doesn't look like anybody's home. And then continue to look at some of the other mansions, and like 3 doors down, there's Pat Maroon standing in front of a house. Wow, this is a small town.
With the king of beers in his hand and a golf club.
Yeah, he's
Just
talking to
living
somebody else.
the life we all dream of. Winning chalice after chalice.
Yeah, live
God
right there
in
on the bay.
Tampa. I don't know if he'll come back. I assume he'll come back.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a god down there. That
Yeah.
Patty Maroon.
Yeah.
I think it was Bernie Kosar when we were playing golf at when Jay Randolph Sr. was still doing the Marlins.
Jennings.
He belonged to Weston Country Club. And the first hole is a dog-leg right, and straight ahead is somebody's backyard. And I hit one over the fence, and I go out to get it, and I hear Jay Sr. go, Bernie, can you get that farm? There's Kosar out there in his front yard. Just threw my golf ball back to me. Thanks, Bernie.
Yep. Well, they got to live somewhere.
That's right.
And so they usually either live right there on the bay in Florida or on a golf course in Florida. Sometimes both.
Why don't we do it?
We don't have any money.
Well, the houses are $12.5 million. I think
Yeah.
that's where we start.
You can text into the program, 314-881-TMA5. Now, people I guess they wait overnight, and then they just load up the text right when we start, and they want to be the leadoff man. I didn't
What are
realize
they
that was
upset
let's see what we got. This one says Tim is now on, this was sent at 3:43 p.m., so this guy was bothered 6 hours after the show. Tim is now on the Iggy level of lying. He's 100% mentioned that his brother owns Donut Drive-In, as Iggy pointed out. How else would he have known that if Tim didn't mention it? Well, I'll give you some insight. We sometimes will talk with each other away from the microphones.
We do?
Yeah, that happens.
Well, me, Iggy, Plowboy, and Jackson do. We've kind of cut you out.
Yeah,
and badmouthed you.
I wondered.
Yeah, those secret meetings we
The
have.
secret meetings.
Yeah.
Hey, don't let Doug know, but we're meeting for getting better at teasing.
I wondered
We're
why
gonna
there
meet
was
in the
nobody
second
yapping.
stall.
So, away from the show, sometimes we will discuss things. And I also corrected it on the air that, oh, yes, it must have come up. And as I said also, I wasn't mad at Iggy for doing it because I know there was no malice behind it. And also, probably most people would go, why wouldn't you talk about it? But that's the reason.
Did you stop for donuts today, Plowsy?
I just went to the gas station today.
Oh.
Woke up a little later, did a ton
What
of
happened?
work. Well, I was here later, so I got caught up on a ton of work, so was able to do
And John
that.
Hewlett went long with the sound story. He's a champion.
Good for
He did
him.
like an hour and 20-minute sound story.
Yeah, man
loves
was
doing them.
Yeah, man was great. His guest Harold was awesome as well. He was quite the talker, which is what you want in those situations. You
Yeah.
want as much meat on that bone as possible. But no, I got a lot of work done, so I was able to get that extra like 30 minutes of shut-eye. So, yeah, didn't get up for an early donut run.
No donuts at the gas station?
No, I got a sprinkle. I'm saving it for the
Got a
end
sprinkle.
hour.
I like
Yeah.
that. I got a sprinkle.
All right.
I got a situation with that root canal. I can tell something's not right.
Oh, no.
The worst.
Does
when
it
you have to go
hurt?
back
So you
and
had
forth.
that happen? It does. It's just there's some pain coming back. It's a 2 on a 1 to 10 scale, but there wasn't any, and now it's coming back, and so I don't know.
I had discomfort that went away. I had it because
So you have had a root canal?
dude, my PE teacher in high school hit this tooth,
Huh?
and it died. And then 10 years later, so about 6 years ago, like it started just excruciating pain and officially
Really?
died.
Why'd
Like,
he
that's-
slug you?
Well,
Yeah,
just
what
a
happened?
pickup basketball game that we had in PE. It was no big deal. It was an accident. But yeah, after I had mine, I had a little discomfort. But I thought it was just because of my front tooth. It was like, just a weird, thinner tooth. It was a weird position. So I thought that might have been the case. But it went away, and
So was it the nerve? It wasn't a root canal where they took the nerve out? Is it? 'Cause
Yeah.
my guy last week, he held the nerve up in front of me while I was getting it, and he
Oh, he
goes, "Here
showed
it
it
is."
to
He
you.
goes, "Look, there's no blood on it. It's just dead." But the pain is up here, Doug. Take a look.
Yeah, I
The
see.
left side of my nose. It's not the tooth now, so I don't know what's going on.
they got you laid all the way down, mouth wide open. Hey, here, look at this.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in it. He goes, "I know this is kind of gross, but just to give you an idea, the nerve is just dead. Normally, there'd be blood on it or something like that."
Wasn't it a Chuck Norris movie or something where they grab your heart, take it out, and show it to you?
I know that happened in
fight-
Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom.
Is that what it was? This is what the dentist does.
Bad.
Grabs
That's
the
what he did to
nerve
me.
and shows it to you.
No. Any Indiana Jones is on the good list, Jackson?
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of the greatest.
That
I
first
enjoyed The
one?
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade. Oh, that's Sean Connery with
Yeah.
a little king.
Yeah, you like that with a little
Is
king?
he still around? He's
No,
still
he
around.
died.
Did he?
Yeah, he died 2 years ago. Rest in peace, Sean Connery,
Man,
the real
nothing
James
will
Bond.
beat The Rock, though, and Sean Connery.
Nick Cage.
God.
Ed Pollock.
He had some epic one-liners. Can't think of any off the top of my head.
No,
but
Ed Harris, who played Pollock. Ed Harris, Doug?
Yeah.
Underrated character actor?
Yes, he's one.
Oh, wow.
He's one of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh, is
Who would
he?
have thought I would have just cast that line and would have caught a big fish?
What
Who knew?
else is he in?
Apollo 13, baby.
Truman Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Truman Show. That, yeah.
The Firm. He has a nice little role in The Firm.
He
Is
does.
it Gone Girl?
He's in Gone Girl?
He's in.
Or
What's
is
he
it
in?
Gone Baby Gone?
He's always very serious.
You always
I
get those
get
two
two
flipped.
mixed up. I do.
I don't think he's in Gone Girl.
Gone Girl's in the Missouri town. Gone Baby Gone's in Boston.
The one my friend John Ashton was his partner in.
Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah, I think Casey Affleck was in that one.
Yes.
Talk
Ben
about your
Affleck.
mouth. Talk more about your mouths, boys. Thanks. That's Nate in Tallahassee. Oh, he likes it. He's getting turned on.
Okay.
Does he live on a golf course?
Well, probably not. No. Probably a little hovel somewhere.
I don't know what to do here. So I've been taking penicillin because I thought it was like a bacterial thing, but then that was kind of bothering my stomach, which I guess can be a side effect. So I'm like, I don't want to keep taking it, and the pain went away. But then I guess I should have finished the whole thing. So I
Finish
took
all your
my-
medication, Tim.
Amen. So I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Probably going to have to go back in there. God bless America. I don't like self-inflicted wounds. If
Yeah.
you get a bad beat, you get a bad beat. Let's just bounce back. You mess it up yourself. I don't like it. And I did it to myself. And now I'm sitting here going, God, I got this damn thing 8 days ago, and it's worse than it was when I went in there.
Speaking of self-inflicted wounds,
What do you got?
I read somewhere where that Jack Buck had made a comment about the key to having a successful life. It's just like in a baseball or football game where you don't want to beat yourself. That's what's required to have a successful life, is not beating yourself. And you don't beat yourself with unforced errors like drinking too much, taking drugs, getting in trouble with the law. If you just don't do those things, you'll probably be just fine.
It's good knowledge. Was that in his book? I've read his book. I don't recall.
I think it was an article about it. It wasn't his book. I read the book too. I didn't see that, but I thought that was a good analogy. If you could just don't beat yourself on the things you can control, you'll likely be just fine.
I beat myself.
Have a happy life.
I beat myself a lot.
Guys, is Iggy filling out his passport application form on the show? That's the Morrison was
That's what I'm
whacking.
doing.
Handwritten.
By the way, my check
we got breaking
cleared.
news.
So,
Oh, your check cleared.
yes, did yesterday.
Doug, we're going to Jamaica, and we will participate in an orgy. Can't wait.
Well, I hadn't heard that part.
But again, that's just step
read the
one
fine print.
of the process. Now it's the waiting for it to be. And I don't know if you can you track that. No, okay, I'm not going to ask that. I think they already sent that information our way. Tracking your passport, seeing where it is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That guy sent in that website, and mine was not available.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to wait a little bit. Maybe wait till beginning of January, maybe, just to give that some breathing room.
The other thing I've noticed, I think, and Doug, we have what do we always say? We have a lot of doctors and lawyers who listen to the show, and
Many
CEOs.
physicians, yeah, and some physicians' assistants.
Absolutely. And maybe they can call in 636-9004-TMA if you can navigate Mike Lee blocking the lines. But I actually think the fact that I am talking for as much as I do with this show and Balloon Party, and then yesterday we did QFTA, and then I did a podcast with Learn, and we had 2 meetings. I think that actually is causing more problems for said
Tooth. Yeah.
which isn't even in my tooth. Now it's up here. It's actually closer to. I don't even know what this is up here. What is this?
Your nose. You're pointing to your nose.
Yeah, but it's over here. It's
Boy
not-
sinus?
Is it
Your
boy sinus?
sinuses. I don't know. We do have problems with our mouths. I've got a paralyzed vocal cord. That's been fun.
Oh, man.
What can you take for it?
What about the gag reflexes?
Surgery.
Hot
You
tea?
take surgery.
They ran a camera down my boy nose, and right all the way to the vocal cords.
Oh,
And she says, "Oh, your half of your vocal cords are paralyzed, but lucky for you, they're paralyzed in the open position, so you can still breathe." God
Nice.
bless it.
There it is. You
And
get a
eat.
2-outer.
Yeah.
she take the tube out. She goes, woo.
Morrison Woods Wacko is consumed with whatever Iggy is doing. What in the hell is Iggy doing? He keeps looking down in his lap and then writing. Looks like a kid cheating on a test.
There you go. That's coming up at 9 o'clock. So just
No, what was that?
Oh, wow.
You
A
just flashed
special. It's a
piece of
special
paper.
address, Doug. It's like FDR with a fireside chat.
special teas in the 9 o'clock hour. Just
Come
stay
on,
tuned.
kids, sit on by the hearth and
Something
listen to
all these
My
walruses,
fellow
all
Americans.
these walruses want to hear. Stay tuned.
Nice tease. But they couldn't tell what it was when you just flashed the paper up briefly.
But they're not supposed to know.
I'm sure
what it
somebody froze it and they'll go back and look at it.
Well, I don't know about that.
Freeze it
I
like a
actually
cat.
would, I would bet on
Freeze it like a
I would
cat.
bet on Iggy's play.
That they'll
You know
freeze
what?
it.
You would rather have people really, really interested than really, really not interested.
Yeah.
And so with that comes things.
Yeah, I clicked on a Nike ad and boom, I'm shopping for shoes. So like I can't even use this computer because I'm terrified of what they may see in like the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very leery now when I post pictures
Boy.
from home. Like if I have something I got, I take a picture of it and just see where it is. What's in the background? Yeah, a nice rug over there.
I do it because
Ever paint that wall?
I'm in a rental. Like if I own my own home, I'd be a little different. But like, you know, I don't have fancy furniture. And
But you know,
this is
it's just a joke that people are saying that.
I don't know.
They don't really care. And if they did care, would you care that they care?
That's the key right there.
No, I don't
That's
care.
the Gangster Pete advice. Jackson, would you like to restate Gangster Pete's counsel, which he gave you Doug, would you say about 107 weeks ago?
I don't know how many weeks
That's
ago.
crazy.
About 2 years ago. Gangster Pete told me, you can't worry about the opinions of people who don't know you. If people who know you say something like, hey, you're acting kind of odd, then take that. But people who don't know you personally, never take their opinion seriously.
Right, exactly. Gangster Pete, a wise man.
Oh,
Very
struggling,
wise. With a wet
struggling in the pick six contest, though, isn't he?
Boy, howdy.
Don't you like that boy? How?
I don't care for
He
it.
can't
No.
be as bad as me.
You had a tough week last week too.
Well, I had a good week this week. If you want to count that as a good week, I went 2-5, and I think I won 6.
You went 1-5.
I won $600. I had Croatia.
You won $600.
I had Croatia.
Oh,
Plus 800.
okay. So this is gonna be buckle up, fellas.
Hold on a second. We were just told to buckle up. That's a good tease, and it
Right.
gives me a chance to remind people that this is the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. And it's brought to you by the great Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, and all of the wonderful people at Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. And right now, on Acuras, between now and January 3rd, you can get 0.99% financing for 36 months at St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota. Work with the best. Email me at tmckernan at InsideSTL.com anytime. QFTA, questions you have. Hey, where's the golf video? Hey, where's Amy's speech from the awards? And I'll answer.
Sure.
But Doug, what I would rather you do is you email me, and then I can answer the questions for you as opposed to speculating and then creating your own stories. So answer that, or just go ahead and get an Acura with Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. Design Air is the sponsor of our email today and online at DesignAirService.com. Work with the great Seth Goldcamp. I'm getting a little worried about this forecast. Warm temperatures today, relatively speaking, but precipitation throughout the course of the day. And then, friends, we look to see how Santa will navigate the St. Louis metropolitan area skies coming up here in less than 2 weeks. And you go, oh, God, Santy's going to be frozy because, Doug, we've got a low of 9 degrees the day before Christmas Eve. And heads up. So you got to make sure that furnace is working.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to make sure that furnace is working. You're going
Late
to have
next
people
week.
over.
Really cold. Yeah.
Well, snow possible on that Thursday, but 9 degrees for the low. Go to DesignAirService.com. Doug's a client. I'm a client. Work with the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Yesterday's podcast titled All Jacked Up, explaining my PTSD from years of tortured stories in the broadcasting industry. The first starting with the general manager at my Little Rock television station believing I was making veiled references to masturbation during my sportscast.
Oh, not a good idea.
I was absolutely not. Swear on whatever I would value. Blood test, I'll do a lie detector test, absolutely not. But she just didn't really like me. Her friends at church thought I was a Yankee and godless. And I guess by definition, they were correct if you consider somebody from South St. Louis a Yankee. The godless part, absolutely. And that didn't fit what she was looking for. She was later let go because she was taking money. But you know what? If you can kneel on Sundays, even if you slither the other 6 days of the week, you can get your get out of jail free card. It's amazing how it works in these United
A lot of people
States of
think
America.
that, Tim.
Oh, yeah, you're damn right they do. It's a nice little trick.
Look at all the
But I don't
people
play that game, so I'm the bad guy. Anyway, Jackson, what's the deep tease?
Okay, so all money line bets in soccer are for regular time, the 90 minutes of soccer. And unfortunately, with the World Cup, you can go to extra time and then go to penalty kicks.
Doug, do you follow that?
So
Sort of.
you bet Croatia money line. Croatia won. Croatia won in penalties.
Then Iggy won. Congratulations on your win. You won. How much did you win?
It was plus 800.
So you won 800 on that? No. You might be back in this thing.
No,
in
I'm
fact-
far up, but I only won 800 on that.
You actually lost the bet.
No,
Doug, I don't understand.
Oh,
Croatia won.
Croatia won in penalties.
So what?
The
In a hockey game, if you bet the team, if they win in
But that's-
overtime, you win, don't you?
But that's not how
dear
soccer.
mother.
I don't give a.
But that's the bet.
Doug,
So
we got a
there's
problem.
two different bets. There's two different bets you can make on
I
soccer.
don't understand.
In
just
the World
lost
Cup,
$800.
Can someone, just everyone, hold on a second. In a soccer game, in the World Cup, you can bet two different games. You can bet the money line, which is regular time. That's just 90 minutes of soccer.
I didn't see that in there.
Or you can bet to advance. And to advance means no matter what, if they win penalties, extra time, or regulation, as long as the team you play wins, you win.
All right, then that's what Iggy did. Congratulations. You won $800.
You did not.
I bet.
Doug, I don't understand. I saw Croatia playing Argentina yesterday. They lost 3-0. They advanced.
Well, when you win, don't you advance?
Think about that.
Right, but you bet a three-way bet. A three-way bet
I didn't make a
is
three-way bet. I bet Croatia to win for $800.
I know, but the bet itself is a three-way bet.
I'm out of this thing. I'm done.
You're finished now, and you owe $800.
Resignation.
I'm not
Listen,
playing anymore.
Iggy, I love you with all my heart. I'm being unbiased. This
I'm
is what
done.
happened. There's
I'm done.
Good
luck.
You
Yeah.
could have bet Brazil to win in regulation. You can bet the draw, which means they go to extra time, or you can bet Croatia plus 800. You took Croatia plus 800. If they won in regulation, you would have won, but they won in penalties, so you did not.
So you're out $800.
If you bet them to advance, then you would have.
No, well, don't text me anymore and say I need your picks. I'm done.
Oh,
Iggy, this isn't
I'm
like
getting
me
nothing out of this.
personally
No.
doing this. I'm telling you what the situation is.
and you thought you had a win.
Even when I win, I can't win in this thing. So what does it matter?
You lose. And you owe somebody $800.
Correct.
Like-
the man will be coming for you.
For
One of my
reference.
Mick buddies from the neighborhood will be showing up in Maryland Heights today for your
I don't care about
catch.
reference.
Okay.
You pretty much had it
I
at
bet a
this
team
point.
to win. They win and I lose.
Yeah.
I texted Doug. You remember producer Joe? He was on the
Yeah.
program for a while as a landing strip. I texted him. I said, "Did Iggy win his Croatia bet?" And he wrote no. And I said, "Well, he doesn't understand." And he said, "Because he is stupid."
Oh,
So
No,
there-
because I don't play soccer bets like you every week. But I saw that I could get $800 if Croatia wins. It said to win. I said, okay, they won. I didn't see anything in the fine print. Now, if they go to a
Jackson, why do you have fine
kickoff or whatever
print?
they call it, if they go to penalty kicks, it doesn't count. You can bet it's a draw, but if they win, you don't win.
Everybody in the text inbox is saying Jackson's correct.
I'm
Listen,
sure he's correct, but I don't care.
that's what I'm trying to say. This is not personal. If
I know
Tim
that.
did this or something, it doesn't. Or
I'm
Pete
done. It
or
doesn't matter.
Joe.
It doesn't matter. You guys can play with 5 now. I don't care.
this is the last straw, isn't it?
Yeah, I get nothing for doing it.
How are you going to pay
You
back
keep
the
saying
800?
that. We're not getting anything for it either, just so you know that.
All right. Well, you talked me into doing it, so I did it.
Well, Jamie
Jamie
Burkhardt wanted
wanted
you to
me to
be on it. That's
Yeah,
all.
wanted me to do
You don't have to do it. I don't really care. But I'm just
It's a great
a
podcast.
sponsor who, has been great to us. Asked. So there you go.
Team that can't make a field goal that cost me $600. I had 2.
No, I just wanted to say hi, that's all.
That's it? Okay.
Just check in.
Good. See ya.
Now I had $400 plus $400 that the QBE shootout went to a playoff.
Nice.
All right, it didn't go to a playoff, but I win anyway. It was close to going to a
Jackson,
playoff.
did Iggy win his QBE?
I had 2 players that needed to make an 8-foot putt on the final hole to send it to a playoff, so it was going to a playoff if they made it. Does that count as a win?
No.
It was close to a playoff.
No. You had your lock of the week was France, and they won in regulation, so you won that one.
Nice.
Now, had Harry Kane made that penalty and they gone to extra time, you would have lost.
Wow.
I didn't even pick a lock.
Because, well, I just take your last pick as your
Okay,
lock. But
When you're taking a penalty kick like that, why would you ever kick it high?
I'd-
Why would you ever aim for the upper corner?
well,
It's like the only way the goalie's ever going to stop it is if you miss the net.
Hugo Lloris is one of the best goalies in the world, and so you got
You know that.
You got
Kick
to
it
get
anywhere.
It's harder to
It's
save a ball up high than it is down low.
Don't you
But
Mr. and
that's,
Mrs. Broman, lovely people. They have a lot of horses. That's one of their horses.
but that brings in the possibility
Photo
that you're going to do
finish.
exactly what he did.
So the
Right.
photo finish, so it doesn't count. They didn't win outright. It had to go to a photo finish, so you don't win that bet. We're talking horse racing now.
Oh.
Listen, baby, I bet Croatia.
Jackson
I bet
said, "Listen, baby."
Yeah, why would you say? Why would you use
Look at
that
the chairman of
language?
the board.
in my hungover state.
Copacabana.
Listen, baby. In my hungover state on Friday morning, because I knew I was going to be watching the whole Brazil-Croatia game, I also bet the same thing you did, Iggy. And I was frustrated to see that they lost that bet. So
See, neither
misery
of us know
enjoys
anything
company.
about soccer. We both thought we won. We didn't. There's no fine print.
And are there
there on
guys who kick with
DraftKings.
both legs?
Yes.
See, this is the kind of soccer
Well, that's
analysis.
fine. That's fine. It's just instead of winning that, I just you guys can pick my bets for me. If you
Doug,
want
it's
that
now
done.
pick 5 because there are only 5 participants. As Iggy has resigned from the Pick 6 podcast.
Completely
Disappointing.
frustrated
He
by
is
it now.
WD'd from the field.
How does it feel to think you won 800 and in fact lost that much?
You know
I
how
lost
feel.
100.
You know how I feel. I'm done.
Oh. Well, what would it take to bring you back?
I'm not coming back.
Nice.
That's it.
It's kind of ruined your day, didn't it? Would ruin a lot of
Didn't ruin
people's
my day. It's actually nice that I don't have to do this anymore because Jackson texted me at like 12 o'clock saying you get these in ASAP. I said, oh, okay, I'll get out of my car. I'll pull over in the parking lot and I'll get on DraftKings, try to find something real
It's
quick.
like 6 picks.
But I was 2 weeks ago. I was shopping. I said, okay, well, let me pull over here in West County Mall, and before I go in, I'll get on my phone and look at DraftKings, try to come up with 6 real quick. Not your fault, Jackson. You don't know when you're going to do it. You guys are busy as hell. So you try to
KG
pick.
in O-Town says, if you want me to come replace Iggy on Pick 6 just for consistency purposes, let me know. So
Oh.
KG in O-Town is offering to...
Consistency purposes. What, you want it to go longer? With me on there, with me not in there, the thing will be shorter. You don't have to go through my picks.
Hello, I'm leaving.
You haven't seen my face on there in 6 weeks anyway. What is
Well,
it?
we had nobody's face
I
on
know,
there.
nobody's
We check the box. We do the podcast. And, you know.
So we don't need anybody to make it go longer.
What were you going to spend the 800 on?
It's not my money. It's
Not
just,
anymore.
No, it's Joe's thing that he did this year. Instead of 1 losses, you go, we're going to go money. Just so, because he can try to catch Tim this year when he couldn't last year. So this way we're playing money. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing golfers to win for 1,000. When you're down, you just start.
Then you took
making these
Croatia plus 800, and Croatia won the game,
Hey, I
Doug.
finally won one of these things, and no, I didn't.
Trust me, I felt the brunt too. I lost tangible dollars on it.
Jackson won't tell us his unit size, even though Lisa Ann believes it's large.
Bingo.
10 G's at least.
Think so? It's Ledoux money, man. I can't relate. Producer Joe says, taking his ball and going home. That figures. Producer Joe.
Yeah, figures, doesn't it?
You blame Joe for all this?
I don't know. He doesn't make the rules. It was his idea to come up with this let's play for money thing.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Hey, I don't run a Joe Roger league.
Oh, no,
Joe Rod.
What's a Joe Rod?
I
Is
don't
that
know
a
what that
topless
Iggy,
league?
in the last,
he does it right.
this is how you're going to go out. You're going to go out 2-35 over the last 6 weeks.
Gosh.
You can't go out like that.
2-35.
You can't go out like that.
He's Mush from Bronx Tale.
You can't go out like that.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And
And yet Pete is still in last place.
No, Pete's got Iggy by 3 games.
Oh God, Doug, what a
Again, it's not
podcast!
the- again,
we got a
it's
guy
not-
who's 2-35 over the last few weeks.
Again, it's not
and
the
yet
games.
he's close to another guy.
it's not the games, it's the money. So
Right.
how much is he?
You're dead. Well, you've cost the listeners $3,230.
Yeah.
So the listeners are now having to dig deep as well.
And I'd be even if it went for
What
three.
a great
if it went for 3
podcast.
games. If it wasn't for 3 football games, it cost me, instead of going 17-1, I went 0-18. And then Croatia, which is a joke.
2-35 is tough.
Well, I play teasers.
Clip that off.
Whatever you're playing, I would say don't do that anymore.
I'm not. I'm done. So you're not going to see any more teasers.
So you're excited
Stephen
about...
Wildwood is not happy, Doug. And is he caller of the year? Is he not? But he wasn't
I
there.
believe he was.
He had an apartment building, cocktail progressive.
Right. He would have rather done anything else but be there.
Okay, Iggy, get there at 7:07. Leave at 10 a.m. Do not participate in anything else. You can sit by yourself in your efficiency apartment from the other 18 hours a day, or for the other 18 hours a day, and wait for your passport to show up so you cannot go to Italy. Steve Wildwood not happy.
Wow.
And how many times have you watched the Pick 6 podcast, Steve?
We haven't done it on video in 2 months.
Yeah, so they haven't watched. He hasn't watched it. Why do you care if I do it or not?
Oh.
No.
You're not playing my picks anyway.
It doesn't sound good when they describe it as an efficiency
I mean, the
apartment.
fun of it is when we would do it live, and Joe and I would get into arguments.
That's like a hotel
That doesn't
room.
happen anymore. So
Isn't it an efficiency is like a hotel room that's got a stove
yeah,
and a
it's got
refrigerator?
a stove and a fridge, and
But you have more than that.
yeah, I do. I'm happy where I'm at.
Yes.
Just leave me alone.
Guys, can we get a podcast of Iggy trading stock options? Thanks. That's from Kevin's brother, Jack Demoff.
No, if you want my picks, just text me. I'll give it to you.
Oh, nice.
Not Jackson, but
Jackson, you will not get a response if you want the picks.
but if listeners,
Well, I'm persona non grata, apparently.
if listeners, no, nothing to do with you. You just do it when you guys got time. I know you're busy as hell.
Do you have stock picks to offer?
No, Tim's guy did that for me.
We got to find something.
He did my 401k.
I think it's an SEC violation. We're checking into it.
The next big stock's got to be something involved with this fusion that they've discovered, right?
Why don't we start up a fusion company?
I think we've got the brain power, certainly, to split some atoms.
What are we fusing?
Actually, you're doing the opposite. You're joining atoms together from a hydrogen molecule, right? Creating energy and power. And apparently that's how we're going to have electricity in it.
So
Give it another 10 or 12 years.
So atoms are going to have their own stocks?
Caller Adam?
Well, companies that,
Bunch of
that do
car
this
atoms.
Well, there'll probably be a bunch of them. How do you figure out which one to pick?
Well, pick them all.
All right, I'm
How many atoms are
not doing
there?
that
I
either.
think there's
How many atoms are there?
6, the big 6.
the big
I don't know. But it was a fascinating discovery. He read about this just in the last couple of days. They've announced
So
it.
you actually looked at me with a straight face and asked if I read about atoms
Oh.
and hydrogen and
It's fusion.
Haven't they been splitting atoms forever?
Well, that's fission, where they split them and they get energy that way. But you pretty much have to set off an atomic bomb to get it.
Nice.
Now they're putting atoms back together as fusion, and they've just now figured out a way how they get more energy out than what they were putting in to make that process happen.
Doug, you are not correct. There was a Nicki Minaj mixed fusion Moscato. Thanks. That's from the 3-1.
What makes fusion
that right?
Moscato?
That's one of the finest drops in the history of the show.
Well, that's
Danny.
going to be how we get our electricity here in another decade or so. It's clean. There's no end to it, and that's going to solve a lot of problems for mankind.
Yeah, government will find a way to mess that up.
All right. Well, wraps it up, Doug. Let's not
That's
start the
not.
company then.
Yeah, they'll find a way to. You can't do that.
Well, there'll be people making big
We're
money.
fracking.
Off
yeah, but there's
fusion.
going to be companies going out of business as well.
Well,
correct?
yeah, probably. As we evolve, yeah, there'll be less coal mining, that kind of thing.
You gonna be on this for a while? I'll go get coffee.
No, I'm not done because
Wow,
you're
this,
going to.
this Ken Strode is not happy about this
decided to go-
Croatia ruling.
Well, they lost yesterday, so you don't have to. Pick
Yeah, there it
them
is. They
anymore.
won't be reminding you when you watch the World Cup final. Doug, will it be Argentina and France? Parlez-vous?
Yes.
Probably so.
And that guy is one step closer to his. Have you seen that 7-game parlay?
Oh,
that
yeah.
This guy has
No,
been
I
on
haven't.
for
What do we
a
got
year
going
and a
on
half?
All
here?
the champions.
All the champions to every league.
He has France,
the
right?
last one is the World Cup in France. He picked NBA, NHL.
No way.
Dude,
Where
is
is
Sweat
it? Jackson,
City.
you probably have sent it in the links. I just didn't see it.
There's a bunch of betting sites that have tweeted about him.
So
I'm
he
sure
picked
they're
all the world champions in 2022?
all
Yep.
the world champions. This is the last one. He
Really?
has
And what's he
France
about?
in it.
What was his unit size and what is his reward?
I think
What's he gonna get?
560 grand is the reward for either 120 or
That's what-
$1,200. I
I
can't
bet
remember the bet.
that's a bet that I think. I mean, $100.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Didn't some guy win like 690,000 at Argosy
Yeah.
this weekend?
On like a 15-team
Yeah.
NBA parlay.
15
Just this
parlay.
weekend he did?
Yeah.
15-team parlay. What a
15-team
baller.
That's a
NBA.
loser.
Which is, I mean, that's
Who
you
won?
could just throw darts at a board.
That dude
for
just broke
NBA
even.
regular season games.
That's a guy who couldn't pay the rent, and I'm just going to go with a 15-team parlay and hit it.
But yeah, the guy who picked all the champions, that's a really solid
He
feat.
bet $26 according to Clevie Wade.
$26.
Wow, wow.
560 grand.
So what, the
dude.
4 major leagues and then the World Cup? Or what,
Yeah.
Yep.
is that what it was?
But France still has to win?
God.
France
France has to win, beat Morocco today.
Has there been an update? Has this guy talked about it at all? I'm wondering
Oh,
if he's
they've done
hedged.
interviews with him.
Oh, really? Is that, how
he-
am I not aware of this?
He shows like the latest in what the cash out is, and
he's not hedging at all?
Oh, he's riding it out, bro. Like
I would put all that money in Argentina right now.
Well, I mean, you can bet 100K just to make sure you got 100K. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Argentina will be favored, I would think.
Oh, France is
What's
really
the Doug? Do you know the
good,
numbers for France and Morocco today?
France is
no.
minus 180.
Yeah, well, that's only if they tie.
That's only if they win regulation. To advance, they're minus 300.
I don't understand. I mean,
No,
if France plays
it's-
Argentina,
Yeah,
Stupid.
a win is a win, is it? Nope.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Only in soccer does that work. In
Yeah.
hockey, They go into a shootout, they win, you win your bet.
Well, most games don't go to extra time. Like most regular games don't go to extra time, so that's why this.
What does it matter? Some do.
Right, only in like the World Cup or championships.
What about hockey? Goes to overtime, that counts as a win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, soccer sucks. They can't even get their betting correct in it.
From the 314, I heard there was a guy who won $800 betting on Croatia. Thanks.
Yeah.
No, you had to bet them to advance. That's different than winning. I don't know what dictionary you're looking at where advanced and winning isn't the same thing.
Doug, you remember Tug McGraw pitched for the Phillies, father
Sure.
of Tim McGraw?
Yeah.
He's listening. He says the shriveled scrotum just called the guy who won $690,000 a loser when he is 2-35 in his last 37
Yeah.
picks.
Well, I'm not
Quit
paying
being such a damn clown.
I'm not playing for real money.
There is no secret plan.
Sorry, Francis
was a
minus
secret plan.
425 to advance.
Damn.
And am I right? Messi's never won a World Cup.
That's correct.
It's hard to believe.
But Argentina's really good now. Like, he was kind of carrying the squad.
Julian Alvarez.
Yeah.
Well, you only play every 4 years.
Right.
Yeah, but he's been around for a while. He's probably played in 5.
This is
6
his
World
fifth
Cups.
one, I do believe, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah,
There's a
this
lot
is
of countries
fifth
that are
one.
goods.
It's one of the greatest drops in the show's history. And all Plowsy is doing is gazing off into the air high as a kite. Find the freaking drop,
Oh.
Plowstone! That's
Which
from Mr. Bojangles, Doug.
What drop is
Which drop does he
I
want?
texted you, Plowsy. Just type Denny into clip that off.
Jackson's typing in drop requests.
Nicki Minaj?
Well, when I was
Fusion?
on a furlough,
Is that what we're looking for?
And Nicki Minaj mixed Fusion Moscato.
So Denny discovered Fusion.
Right.
for that, can you just turn off your phone, please, and stop texting?
Jackson, turn your
Not do
phone
it.
off.
Not Jackson.
Boy, I'm not walking in that studio today.
Yeah, I mean, you are the enemy of Pepper and Genie.
Danny had a few good drops.
Oh, he had a great voice.
What a wonderful
right.
voice.
And makes fantastic chicken.
Let's go get some chicken and we'll start our Fusion company.
I'd like to.
Can you imagine that's where it all starts? It's a chicken place. That's
We're
where
going to
we
need some
started.
backing to start this fusion company, though, because it requires a huge laboratory.
We'll call Mark at Evergreen Wealth and get Munganess to sponsor it.
All right.
There you go. So we'll knock that out.
Okay.
Well, we're going to have a big day. I'm excited about the fried chicken a little more than this Fusion company we're starting.
Doug, I really hope you got a game plan and some, some blueprints or something.
Yeah, I'll try to lead us through it.
You bring the chicken. I'm doing scallops tonight.
Oh, nice.
So a little chicken and scallops. That would be a poor man's surf and
We'll
turf.
put them together. We'll have some fusion.
Yeah, it could be a poor man's surf and turf. Chicken and scallops.
I like that. I would never turn my nose up at chicken and scallops.
Well, I'm not doing chicken. I had chicken last night. I'll do scallops for you tonight.
Nice.
Okay.
Maybe a show, may not be. I don't know.
Dingle My Berries is not happy. Again, why do we not have a Why do we not have a standard drop classification system? It's effing madness. That's from Dingle My Berries.
When did you
He's
start working here
mad
again?
about
Dingle?
it.
Do I need to bring it up again in terms of
Plowhawk, go ahead. You want to talk to Dingle My Berries?
First of all, have you seen Dingle in the hallway anywhere lately?
No, I haven't seen him working on it.
Quit using weed.
Should I start asking people, hey, you dingle my berries?
Can I hear Denny one more time? Because that was such a
you can,
nice drop.
Doug.
Okay.
And Nicki Minaj mixed Fusion Moscato.
Wonderful.
We have 7 different drop folders. One of them has about 12,000. The other scattered around. About
Is there a
another
way
2,000.
to fix it?
I mean, I don't know what. I don't know what would be easier. Like when you do Adobe Audition, you open up about 400 drops. There is every time you click on a drop, it takes about 5 to 8 seconds to kind of load and be ready to play.
Is this the same system we had at KFNS?
It's very similar, yes. And so by that time, how we do the show, that topic and that drop could make no sense by the time it's actually clicked, ready to play.
So when I walk in
So
to
that's
do
the issue.
the award-winning balloon party on 101 ESPN, Doug Randy Character
Sure.
Great
walks
guy.
out, and I notice, Jackson, do you notice what he walks out with every day?
360 machine?
He has his own 360 machine.
He's a
Oh,
baller.
does he?
But that
Which
wouldn't.
then makes me wonder if he stopped by KFNS and swiped ours.
Yeah, we were gifted one and someone stole it.
360 machine would do nothing for us.
I agree with Jackson completely.
It's great if you have like 15 drops, but I have a USB drive with 14,000 drops on it.
14,000
Yeah,
drops.
so like being able to, and we do drops of the week. So there are some that I really like from shows
Recent
that we've
shows.
done a month ago. So I add those into the docket, and so you're always adding and never deleting. And eventually, you're going to hit a point to where I haven't heard the drop in 6 months. That's the same as if we have 14,000 best of segments and ran best ofs. You probably won't hear the same segment for maybe 6, 8, 12 months or more. And that just, you know, the amount, the volume there is
Maybe one of our best
a
of
great
shows
thing.
could just be the drops. You playing the 14,000 drops. 1,400, 14,000.
So you're trying to get a day off, and you're trying to have me play every single drop in our repertoire. I'm down. I'm down to clown.
Play and let them go one after the next.
All right. I'm down for that.
I'm going to stick up for Plowsy here because what has
Thank
happened?
you, Jeannie.
What has happened over the years is between Sea Monster and then me and Jackson and Plowsy, we used to title them differently.
Correct.
Like when I would do drops, I would always put Iggy, Doug, Tim, Plowsy, whoever said it. That would be the first thing. But then I would title it different. It would be Plowsy can't talk or something like that. It would just be describing it. It wouldn't say Plowsy, I don't get, or something like that. So you know what to look for. Plowsy said, I'm a dumbass. I may not title it Plowsy, I'm a dumbass. I might have said Plowsy makes fun of self or something like that. So you don't know where to look, even if it's alphabetical, because you don't know what person put it.
How would you find Freeze Lakaka?
I don't know who put that in there, and I don't know what they titled it.
And see, for me, like, nobody else could come on this board and find the drop, because now they're saved. Like, when I like them instantly, I'll just save them as the date. And this is called 062322 Zamboni impression. I'm telling you, that's what this drop is.
We need a standardization process.
So, like, if you just came in here, you would never, ever, ever find that drop.
No.
What is the solution? What is this?
062322.
Let's have a board meeting right now. We're going to do the Fusion Company and get chicken. But let's fix the drop process. It's too valuable of a part of the show. Doug, we have 18 years of wonderful history. What St. Louisans do not realize right now is you are in the midst of greatness. At some point, this is going to come to an end. At some point, it will come to an end. Appreciate us for how great we are. Does that come off the wrong way?
A little bit.
Love us and don't tell us what to
But let's also let's seize the opportunity to standardize the drop system so the drops, while the show still exists, can be a part of the show. So how do we accomplish
What you'd
this?
have to do is download them all into Adobe Audition and then retitle them what you want them to say. If it was Iggy Cacaw,
So I think
or Freeze
everything
Like a
needs to
Caw,
be
you would say
titled
Iggy
so the
Freeze Like a
person will
Caw.
listen to the drop, and then it'll just title it. So then that way, when the Plowhawk goes to search for it, he's searching the title of the drop, and it's standardized.
And I can't believe I'm gonna say that because it's gonna maybe sound like I'm lazy, but it's not. The fact is, I know exactly what to do, and it can be done. But that's, and this again, I can't do that for free. That is 15, 18, 20 plus hours of work. I mean, at least.
If you show me how to do it, I'll take a few Saturdays and come in until it's all done.
Well, what
I don't
are
mind
you
doing
Wow. How
Just
about this?
there's just so
Big
many.
moment.
You gotta listen to them, and when you rename them, I don't know if they're gonna save over it or you're gonna have two of that same file. So you have to go in there and delete the original one. That's
Caller Ellen is skeptical on all of this. Doug, she was nominated for Worst Caller of the Year, did not
Sure she
win.
was.
Mr. Fix did. She says, so I guess Stedman had telepathy.
Dude, Stedman
had like 20 drops. he played.
Stedman was 12,500 drops ago. This is when I'm going to raise my voice a little bit.
Okay.
Caller Ellen, you're
Stedman-
about to get told.
Stedman was in 2008. It's pre-Twitter. Facebook barely exists. Like, there was... I have no other words to describe what I just heard. There have been 20,000 shows after Stedman. I mean, just add up the amount of drops we have done in that amount of
Stedman
time.
was able to do it.
I love Stedman. Throw him in this situation, he's just a Joe Schmo. I'm
Oh, my God!
Joe Schmo. And I love him to death. He's the best board op that's ever been on this show. But it would just... It's more convenient to have 50 drops of just Sack and, you know, like no, and I love
Rams
Sack
rules.
again, but like these were, if you listen to the older shows, it's the rotation's very much, I mean, the same.
Here are my thoughts.
Jackson is going
go
to
for
issue
it.
it. Now we're going to have another fireside chat, our second one of the 7 o'clock
Listen,
hour.
baby. Whenever I'm on the board, I like to use Clip That Off more than the Adobe
Correct.
ones because Clip That Off basically has pretty much all the drops you would want, and it has the search feature, which allows you to just search the name. Like if I hear like holes, I can just type in holes, and then like 18 drops show
Lesbians,
up.
thing like that.
And then it doesn't have the delay that Adobe Audition has. So
is the answer clip that off?
I truly think it's the better one because you don't have to wait for the delay on it. Now,
Bob,
some
what are your
drops.
thoughts on clip that off?
I love it, but here in Daxon, if you don't mind me interrupting
Please,
for 2
please,
seconds
please.
about the issue I have with that is I am not giving Deke Dotem a chore lift because he is the one that loads all these
Oh,
drops.
is that
So I'm
right?
not for sure. I don't know how to. I don't have access to like his actual clipped. I'm sure his clip that off looks different than mine because he is the one loading. I don't know if I have the capability. So I'll be able to edit, but I don't know if I can actually
He'll let us in.
upload
I bet he would let us into the back end to be
into
able to load
his
it in there.
clip that off.
Maybe we can get Stedman back in here.
I think.
Get him in here. That's fine. Tell him to play the Zamba. Tell him to play the Freeze It Like a Kai. Try to find that one. It'll take you a year.
I think Deke will let us into the back end so that we can load drops that we want.
Yeah.
Load drops that we want into there.
But there's still going to be drops people want to hear that they haven't heard in a while. We're not going to be able to find them.
Well, then we go on the hunt.
Because we don't know what they're titled.
Right, but then you go on the hunt.
Yeah, I would just go in and open up 100 at a time in Adobe, all in a row from date modified, and just crank out 100 at a time until it's all done, and then at that point you go back into the 100 and load each one into clip that off.
So I don't need
You
to
tell
comment
me
on
that sounds like fun. It's not going to be fun, but it would.
No.
It would prioritize a lot of things, and it would make it a little bit easier to.
Caller Ellen has a solution, although, Doug, I'm starting to sense some sarcasm. This is via the written word, the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. Should we start a GoFundMe so Plowsy can straighten this all out? That's from Caller Ellen.
Look, no offense. This works for me. The system that we have works.
Yeah, work for
So
Stefan.
I have no interest in doing 20 to 24 hours of free labor.
No.
I love how these people go, oh, you must not love your job. Tell me when you've done 2 or 3 weeks worth of free work. Give me a break, man. I love this company to death, but that is a lot of tedious labor. And the fact that I know where the drops are. It maybe take me a couple minutes to find them, but that doesn't entice me to come on my weekends and do an entire weekend for the month of January and February. Now I'm good on that.
Just so we can hear Denny say.
Just so we
Nicki
can hear
Minaj,
these at
mixed
a quicker
fusion
pace.
Moscato. What is a mixed
I'm good on
fusion
that.
Moscato?
You
What is
guys,
that?
you guys want to come in for a tutorial, and then you could do that
So
yourself.
you're inviting the listeners to come in and do it.
No, please. I
said
never
I
want to
would
do
do
that. I'm
And
kidding.
you are going to do it.
Well, if we're going to clip that off, I don't need to.
Oh.
I would. Sometimes I just come in on Saturdays and just have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you don't. You just
He
sit
did
here with a
decorate.
cup of coffee.
He did decorate.
Yeah, or during the summertime, if it's nice outside, if I had something to do, I'd come in and I'd just sit outside by the waterfall and have a coffee.
That's kind of sad.
Why is it sad? It's relaxing.
Well, it feels like you're lonely.
Why? Because I just like, what about, I see people at Creve Coeur Park in the summer just sitting on the bench, relaxing, looking at the lake. You want employees like me and Plowsy.
Why?
That called. That one's called
Take that.
081122. Want employees?
Yeah, there you
Come
go.
find me.
Doug, you know Justin in Columbia picks his spots, but he's decided this is one of his
Been like a year.
spots.
It's been over a year.
He says, guys, look at these nitwit producers getting all worked up over the insinuation of having to do work. Quote, you'll have to pay me to organize my drops. And then the other one, without even looking at the situation, is already conceding that they cannot do it. I just don't know I just know we won't know what to do. That's Justin in Columbia, and Dougie just struck.
Who said we can't do it?
It's easier if we started to do this system 4 years ago than it is to come back to 14,000 and start to do it now, is my point. I don't think you understand what 14,000 drops looks like and what it has to do to rename them and reload them individually and clip that off.
And each one an average of about 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Give or take, yeah, I would say that's about average.
14,000.
Mr. Licks believes Iggy does not come up here to just relax. You did that once during the summer because you're out of coffee at home. It's Mr.
That was because you're out of
Well, that
cream.
could've been.
I was out of creamer.
That's a good text.
You came all the way up here for creamer?
That was 3 minutes away.
But wasn't there a Schnucks like 30
as far as
seconds
the
away?
store, so I had something to do anyway.
The Loomster was up for Lister of the Year, Doug. He did not win it.
No.
It was KG in O-Town. And he says, quit name the drops like an effing child. That's from the Loomster.
Look, the process is
Quit naming the-
I edit them for drops of the week. So okay, we're going to go.
No, you're frustrated. Don't
No,
get
it's just hard to
frustrated.
explain. So when you open 1 hour of a show, it's labeled the date
Well,
and the
sure
segment
it
of the
is.
show. And so when I cut a drop from there, copy it anew, and copy it into a new file into Adobe Audition to save it into the Drops of the Week folder, I just keep the date. Because when we do Drops of the Week, I need to know what date that drop is,
Well, sure.
so it's in that proper week time frame, and I'm not extending and not picking one from 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Here's what I did, Plowsy.
So
I don't know
did
if it'll
that
work
explain
for you.
it to you, Cuckster? I mean, Loomster?
Cuckster!
Here's how I did it, Plowsy,
How'd you
and
do
see
it?
if it works for you. But then again, I was at the old station where I had everything
Years ago.
folder. I knew where it was.
Yeah, old station.
But and when the computer worked, I could get it
It was
done.
nice then. Yeah.
But I had a folder that said Drops of the Week.
Drops of the Week.
And then I would title it with the name. If it was a Doug drop, I'd say Doug. I'd title it. And it would go into the main drop folder.
Makes sense.
But then once I edited it for like each day, I would do it each day.
Yeah, then what?
And then I would save it
Save it.
into the Drops of the Week folder. So when I went to do it at the end of the week, all I did was open the Drops of the Week folder,
Open it.
pull in the 5 things that I edited, and I'm done.
Call it
But those drops are saved in the Drops folder
Got 'em.
under Doug. I don't do anal or whatever.
What?
That is funny. So, like, yeah, I can.
That's not a drop.
Well, I was just
it will
making
be
something
now,
up.
and it'll be labeled
Oh,
1, 2,
02.
1, 4. I'm kidding.
I don't know why you
Okay,
don't
so-
label it Iggy. Doug doesn't do anal. There you go.
I just think my I know where they are, but like they're not on Clip.off. So I think the original thing is they're not on Clip.off. It's not necessarily the naming. My original point to this, which
What
I
was
can't
it?
believe it's now 10 minutes into this.
Yeah.
My original point was there is a delay from double clicking a drop to being able to play on air. Jackson, you feel me on that? He knows.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Now, Deke Dotem, the man who created Clip.off.com,
Legend. Love the guy to death.
has just shared with myself a Google Drive where I can drop all the drops, the new drops that we aren't on Clip.off, into a folder, and he will load them up into Clip.off.
That is
Deke Doda
tremendous.
was going to take.
So I'm going to put every single new drop that we've had at Hubbard into there, and I think that this will solve everything because Clip.off has the search function and no delay.
And there's
It's
a lot
better
of them
way.
that are named specifically Iggy, Jay Jr., Tim, Doug, Zamboni, Wellington, Keisha, Dillian. So, like, I love the keyword search on Clip.off, but my main issue is a lot of the drops I use and a lot of the newer ones, if we've been to Hubbard, are not there. They're on Adobe. So I am at,
So I'm going to throw those into the clip. I'm going to get
That's
those into
perfect.
Clip.off immediately.
See, again, we're resolving issues right now on air for the listeners, and they
Right.
still will grill and kill us.
It's an important topic for our region.
We don't have time at breaks to do this. We do it on the air. We're not staying afterwards to do it.
No, unless we get paid.
The dedication by the producing staff outside of Jackson. So basically, Iggy and myself.
Look, I want it noted that I said I would come on Saturday to do this.
Doug,
We
could you
needed-
note that? I know you
came in
take
for the
notes.
creamer.
It's been logged.
Buck Swope is listening to the show this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, we don't need you for this. We got it settled.
And he says, Dotem let me upload drops to Clip.off during my 2018 Tournament of Drops. He had his own Tournament of Drops, Doug.
Right. He's able to do it, and Stedman did it just fine, but now we're struggling.
Yeah, but we don't
Yes.
need you for that.
Stedman, back in 08 when people were using Motorola flip phones. Man, that had to have been a tough task playing 20 drops.
That was just him reminding everybody.
He's great, but come on.
Just him reminding everybody
Apples
he
and
did a
oranges.
tournament of drops at one point.
I
That's
don't
all it
remember
was.
that.
It
We'll
was a
keep
look
to
at me
the
moment
drops
for Buck.
folder. The drops folder is so funny.
It's hilarious, man. It's a gold mine.
Beer Cats, and I thought he was at some kind of peacetime now, Doug, with Iggy, but maybe not. He said, no, the listeners are resolving things for you. That's from Beer Cats.
No, like this wasn't an issue. Like just because one listener was like, "Hey, I want to hear Danny," like that's where this
Wicked Witch
is.
of the West.
It wasn't like a contingent of like thousands. It was one super horny, super depressed, sad fat that
Right.
says, "I want to hear it drop," and then boom, 20 minutes into the topic,
we are.
we're all lazy.
Yeah, listeners aren't solving anything. They're bringing up suggestions on how we should do something.
Oh wow,
They're
you
not
want to get
doing
paid
anything.
for your work? What a pile of crap! It's like, who the hell are you?
Like caller
Mother
Ellen is
Teresa?
not done, Doug. She was
No.
nominated for her
Okay.
worst caller.
She
She
was.
is active in the text inbox here, and this is the wraparound season.
I love
The
caller
awards.
Ellen, by the way, whatever this is.
Yes, this doesn't count.
It says quite a little personnel file you two are compiling. That's from caller Ellen.
I guarantee if Tommy's listening to this, I kind of hope he isn't, but if he is, he's laughing. Because, I mean, like, this is seriously a non-issue that has now become priority number one
Well, sure
for
it is.
TMA.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's laughing. He comes up here for creamer.
Justin in Columbia has decided that he shall strike one more time.
Okay.
Guys, where have we seen this before? The crack producers of TMA lose their effing minds over having to do work. A listener without any radio work experience comes up with an easier solution, and then someone else commits to do the work. And all of a sudden, the nitwits claim they are on the air resolving issues. That's from Justin, and he's in Columbia striking.
We're not asking listeners for takes. We're just asking them if they could help us out. Like, Deke Totem has extensive back-end knowledge of software, so he's helping us out.
So
We're
why
not
wouldn't
like,
you-
hey,
why
give us a
wouldn't you use it?
tease, Deke.
Why wouldn't you use it?
Right,
Totem
exactly.
did this on his own.
Work smarter, not harder.
And we've told our listeners in the past, if you want decent programming, come up with it yourself.
Right?
Why do we always have to do it?
We've been on the show long enough. And for one, I do there's a lot of behind the scenes things, all the best ofs and automations I do. So stop with the lazy crap. I know where the drops are. They're in Adobe. They're not in Clip.off. It's like me wanting to log into Deke's Facebook page. I certainly need access.
Sure you
I can't
do.
log into its clip.
No.
I can't load things that I don't have access to.
Can't be done.
And I didn't think it was an issue until one sad fat had to say, I need to hear that Danny drop.
Well, maybe
and
give
then
it to him
boom,
again. Do you have it
avalanche.
still? You still have it up?
You know, I almost don't want to play that one anymore.
And we
just
don't
to
ask
make
for
a
help.
stand.
If you decide on your
And Nicki
own,
Minaj Mixed Fusion Moscato.
There you go, buddy.
if you decide on your own, you want to bring in a 360 machine, it gets stolen. It's not our fault.
I did love how there was a 360 machine. It got locked in a cabinet we didn't have a key for. But that how it, and then I got furloughed, so I didn't see the end of that one.
Oh, you didn't see it get...
Did you take it on the way out?
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, I had no use for that at that point.
Well, it's time that one of the listeners stepped up and brought us another 360 machine. We're not buying our own equipment here.
From the 314, guys, just like all of your social media, have KG and O-Town do it.
Yeah. You get done in 4 or 5 minutes.
We deserve the grilling and killing, especially myself. But this is a fun topic. They can all agree. They're firing off text, but I know that it's with a smile on their face.
Caller Ellen, I love you, but please stop calling the text line. The number is 636-900-4TMA.
Jackson's starting to get irritated.
No, Ellen's done this multiple times. I just want to get out in front of it.
Doug, the number here is 636-9004-TMA. It's the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines. Mr. Licks, Rookie of the Year, says, what behind-the-scenes work were you doing when you took a 7-hour nap on Monday? That's from Mr. Licks.
Bro, look, I didn't say I did it every day. But I get myself caught up, you know, so like I was able to...
You slept from noon to 7:30.
Well, it was more like 2 to like 9, honestly, like 2 to 8 or 2 to 9. So it wasn't a full. I may have exaggerated on the 7 hours, but then I had a bowl of honeycomb and ate the rest of my tuna helper, and then went to bed at 1 and woke up at 4:15.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, I had that full night's sleep and then a 3-hour nap before work, pretty much. Typically, how hard workers usually sleep.
Sure. Yeah.
KG in O-Town says, I will come in and do it. Hashtag hire KG.
I have me worried that I'm with Iggy. He may steal my job, so I'm going to come in and do this on my own.
Oh, you
And I'm going to videotape myself doing it to show everybody here that I'm capable.
14,000 drops you have to go through in labor?
I'll just roll up my sleeves. Sorry, honey, can't be home for Christmas. Drinkowitz got me working.
Drinkowitz? It always goes back to Eli Drinkwitz. Jackson, who's on the line?
The great caller Ellen.
Caller Ellen wants to discuss this.
Steve,
ladies
stop
and gentlemen.
calling the text line.
Who's calling?
Stephen Wild was calling the text line.
I know. Why is everybody doing
He's doing it on purpose.
Caller Ellen, good morning. You're on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line.
Wow, now Jackson calls me great after calling me the worst caller, so I'm a little confused. But, Darren.
What up?
You know my affection for you runs deep.
I got you.
Do an hour a day. Can you just do a little bit a day? Nobody's saying you have to crank it out in days or a week. Can we just do a little bit every day and not act like you're, you know, in a coal mine digging coal?
That's actually a great comparison to probably what it sounds like. So yeah, my idea was to open up 100 a day in terms of date modified, so I'd be able to keep track of which ones I'm opening, which ones I'm editing. So that's the game plan. We do have a lot of free time as well. We have a 2-week vacation coming up, or a week and a half vacation for the show. during the holidays. So and Iggy's messing with a toy over
We got
here.
a radio
He's
show going
basically
here,
lighting
Iggy.
himself on fire. But
Doing
yes, Ellen,
homework, playing with toys.
I will make sure to do some homework and do 100 a day. I will make the effort. I assure you that.
And I understand the point about Stedman. You were right. I mean, my goodness, I'm sure the amount of drops that have piled up between his departure and now is enormous. So I do understand there's just a mass ditch. Oh, and here goes our lawn care guy. Sorry. Sorry, there's somebody.
What's happening?
I'm sorry. The handy guy is getting ready to start blowing leaves. So, we fired up the leaf blower.
And Nicki Minaj Mixed Fusion
I can't hear
Moscato.
it. I can't. Sorry.
The handy guy.
1,000 apologies.
Some of us rake our leaves ourselves.
So the handy guy is blowing.
Clip that off.
Pay people to rake our leaves. So there.
Oh,
I mean,
must be nice.
get over it.
Good thing he's ambidextrous.
Probably live in the central
Jared,
corridor
all
too,
to
don't
say,
you?
I wanted to kind of make up with you on the air because you're one of my favorite people.
Dude, I know.
I
we
also
always
want to encourage you to just go a little above and beyond because it never hurts to go above and beyond.
It's the holiday season. I need to give back more to the listeners, and this is this is my olive branch. I will be giving back.
I don't
will
really
make
care about the listeners, but, Hubbard's been great, so maybe get back to them.
I got you. And Ellen, I have no ill will ever. I love having you text and call. Make sure you keep calling the text line.
Well, I'm going to try to win that award next year, so get ready, everybody.
Something to shoot for.
I know, it's quite a goal, but I think I can do it. Bye.
I'll see ya.
Peace out.
Gosh.
That was worst caller of the year nominee 2022 caller Ellen.
I didn't even hear the guy blowing the leaves. Did you hear that? I didn't hear it.
Her phone must be really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was just a way of letting us know she has a guy does it for her.
You think that's
humble brag
Yeah,
She doesn't have to do it herself. She has a guy do it.
that's a good thing about apartment living. You never have to rake leaves, right? Never do yard work.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, besides the
Makes
not
it seem
having
pretty
any
attractive to me.
equity in anything. It's kind of nice.
It's 8:08 in St. Louis. We are still in the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Many people texting into the program 314-881-TMA5, and you are welcome to do so. And you're also welcome to email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. That comes your way at 9:45. It is Wednesday, and that means Jeremy Rutherford will be joining us at 9 a.m., presented by the great Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. It is the holiday season, and you are perhaps looking for a gift. I've got us at 11 days away from Christmas. How do you do?
Well, I'm fine.
Season's greetings, one and all. Get a holiday gift that your family will love, and you can take care of your holiday shopping right now. And it's 8:09 now. And I'd say you could have your holiday shopping done at 8:15 and give one of the greatest gifts you've ever given at Christmas time. MySoundStory.com is where you go. You enter the promo code GIFT, and you can get a gift for your family, whether you want to have your parents interviewed, you want to have your grandparents interviewed, you want to have yourself interviewed for your family. Do just that. I think, who's doing one? Oh, Doug, you're doing one today.
Yes.
Sound Story. Riz is doing one tomorrow at 10:30. I'm doing one tomorrow at 2:30. Randy Carricker has one on Friday. Go to mysoundstory.com. All of those people are available, as well as Courtney Landrum, Learn, and as I mentioned, Randy Carricker, Doug, Jackson, myself, Riz, Patrico, Moon. Am I leaving anybody else out? I don't know if I did. John Hewlett, Randy Carricker. mysoundstory.com. And even if you don't schedule it in advance of the holidays, get the gift certificate, and you get 20% off using the promo code GIFT. It's mysoundstory.com. And then you can get the interview taken care of after the holidays. But if you would like to schedule it and then give that gift, as many people are certainly doing, in advance of the holidays, I am making sure that I am available. Doug's available. Randy's doing his, I think, at like 2 on Friday, to come in and do them so people can get them done for the holidays. MySoundStory.com is where you can go to get that taken care of. Doug, could you tell us about our title sponsor? Because I got his name is Ryan Kelly.
His name is Kelly, and he's doing everything he can to navigate you through a very difficult real estate market. He's got that VIP refi program now. Interest rates are up, but that shouldn't stop you from buying a home if you're in the market. With the housing market returning to normal, now's the time to strike a deal on a house that could have been unheard of just a year or so ago. You can make up for that higher interest rate with a lower asking price on the house. Sellers are looking to make deals right now. Reach out to Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, to get pre-approved for your dream home today. And with Ryan's 10-day closing guarantee, you'll be in your new home faster than ever. When interest rates come down, and they'll come down eventually, you'll be covered as part of the VIP Refi program. After you make 6 payments on your mortgage, they will refinance you to that new lower rate with no fees. VIP Refis with no fees when you work with Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Find out more about this program at his website, thehomeloanexpert.com. Thank you so much, Ryan Kelly, Sir Mortgage.
There it is. And Jackson, can you tell the people about Muggsy?
More than happy to, Tim. I'm going to talk to the folks here about Muggsy.
Oh, it's another fireside
It
chat.
feels like it.
I want everyone.
Third fireside chat of the day.
Yeah, I want everyone to gather around. The Muggsy jeans are the most comfortable and stylish men's jeans on the planet Earth because they're designed by dudes for dudes. They're never baggy and they're never tight.
No.
Plus, they're so soft you feel like you're wearing sweatpants, but you're looking great in a pair of jeans. And they're available in any color you could ever want. It's the absolute perfect gift for anyone in your life that you want to show that you care about. Just be careful because they'll really, really love you after you give them the gift of Muggsy. So you wield that power responsibly. Not only do they have the world's greatest jeans, but also super awesome flannels, jackets, cashmere, holiday party pants, joggers, literally anything your closet could ever need. So you head to Muggsy.com right now and you grab the gift of insanely comfortable style for everyone in your life this year. They're doing everything they can to make things easy for dudes who want to look great and feel even better. So here's a promo code. Promo code is TMA. You use code TMA for 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Again, that's Muggsy.com. Promo code is TMA for 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Experience life-changing comfort with Muggsy.
There it is, Muggsy, a wonderful sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We close out our Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. I feel like we've done a couple great things here today. We've tended to Fusion.
Right.
We've planned our lunch to get fried chicken. And we fixed the drop situation. What else is there left for us to
I'm
do?
really excited about the chicken, frankly.
And I'm done with Pick 6.
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
Iggy's resigned from Pick 6.
Looks like you're resigning from the show, too. You're getting up and leaving. We're still on.
Aren't we?
We are. I was just recapping.
Yes.
Just recapping for the audience who, they cycle on, they cycle off. If you are listening live via the TMA STL app or the radio, TMASTL.com, now here's the deal. This is what we've already done, and it's only 8:13. Imagine what we're going to do over the next hour and 45 minutes. It's amazing. And then we got Darren Pang on Balloon Party.
Oh, hey.
Pepper and Genie. Is today the day you guys do Casey Anthony?
Hey, I guarantee he hasn't watched it yet.
Yeah, he's right on that. I had to wrap presents yesterday,
Oh, did you?
and I
No
forgot.
Casey Anthony for you.
So you had to wrap presents and forgot to wrap them?
No, I wrapped them, but I forgot to
the
about the
show.
Casey and Anthony. Yeah.
Oh, because that is just as recent as today's headline.
I was following that trial. I was addicted to it though
Were
when
you?
it first came out. Yeah.
Well, the documentary just came out like a week ago.
All right.
Yeah, so long ago.
But the trial was how long ago?
Well, there's some things she said that nobody's ever heard before. I'm not going to ruin it for people. On Pepper and Genie, we're going to tell you when we're talking about it,
Yeah,
so don't listen if you don't want to find out what she said.
Mr. Lick says, thank God you guys are going to do it.
Yeah, well, we don't care what you think.
Okay, don't be so angry.
Doug, I feel like we had a great 7 o'clock.
Well, I don't know.
I feel like Munganess is sitting there going, thank God we have the 7 o'clock
Right.
hour.
Yeah, this kind of content you just don't get anywhere.
That's right.
It takes a lot of research, takes a lot of experience, takes some brilliant thought, and we bring it.
You're welcome to walk out anytime. We'll soldier on.
Everybody's like fiddling in pockets.
If I walk out and somebody says something in the text and you read, I'm not here. So.
He's holding a dart. He's
The
one
man
light.
had a cigarette in
He's
it.
one
He's
light.
going Fonzie and putting it behind his ear.
The addiction must be tough when you can't even wrap up a segment without putting it in your mouth.
Clip that off. All right, we've got to break because he's got a cigarette behind his ear. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Bret Michaels is bringing Something He's Calling Party Gras to St. Louis Friday, July 28th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, part of the Allegiant Airways concert series, featuring music from Bret Michaels, Night Ranger, Jefferson Starship, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, and Steve Augeri, former lead singer of Journey. No, not Not the original guy, but not the current guy. The guy in between. That guy. Anyway, you could go to the show for free. Sign up now on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, or your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT. And you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family's story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Whoever said there's nothing new under the sun hasn't been to the new Press restaurant, located near Jefferson and 44 next to the Lucky Accomplice, and features the soon-to-be famous Smash Pizza. What's a Smash Pizza? It's a pizza stuffed with toppings, pressed, then topped with even more local farm ingredients. Located just 5 minutes from our baseball, hockey, and soccer venues, Press is open Thursday through Monday with daily specials 4 to 6, and they can cater your business lunch or dinner, with delivery available on Postmates and Uber Eats. Who says there's nothing new under the sun? Check out the new Press restaurant today.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular carne con cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Your favorite spirits like Hendrick's Gin and Monkey Shoulder Vatted Malt Whiskey are now available in premium, ready-to-serve cocktails thanks to Batch and Bottle. Try the Lazy Old Fashioned, Rhubarb Cosmo, Gin Martini, or Scotch Manhattan. Simply chill, pour, and garnish. Each bottle serves 4 to 5 cocktails, so grab a few for your next party and spend less time in the kitchen and more time in the conversation. Just look for the black bottle with the gold cap. That's Batch and Bottle Premium Ready-to-Serve Cocktails. Batch and Bottle Premium Pre-Batch Cocktails, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, is with us. Ryan, rates are still going up. Is it a good time to buy a house still?
Absolutely, Doug. It truly is. We have a saying at the Home Loan Expert office. You marry the house, you date the rate. You know, you fall in love with the house. You're going to be there for a while. But the mortgage, you're probably going to refinance that along the way. Now, mortgage rates are up, but don't let that scare you. Again, you marry the house, you date the rate. Mortgage rates will come back down at some point. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Leonard Skinnard. ZZ Top. 2 American institutions unite. The Sharp-Dressed Simple Man Tour. August 17th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. With special guest, Uncle Kracker. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Part of the Allegiant Always concert series. Bret Michaels, hot off the stadium tour, now brings you Party Gras 2023 with special appearances by former Journey singer Steve Augeri, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, plus special guests Night Ranger and Jefferson Starship. Friday, July 28th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Party Gras 2023, part of the Allegiant Always concert series.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
I'm as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Ween Wednesday.
This is for Iggy's pick six.
Yeah, he's gone.
Exit.
What if Gangster Pete will resign?
Would have been nice to have that $800. 800 large.
Helped in that Jamaica trip.
Mm-hmm.
Thought the Jamaica trip was capped.
Well, you know, he went to go out
Incidentals.
shopping.
Incidentals.
It's only a day and a half long, so.
We're in and we're out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna feel pretty long though, because I mean it's 4 days still. To me, I think that's a good time. I'd like to stay 3 more days, but if someone's gonna give me 4 days for free in Jamaica, I'm
As I
jumping
understand
on
it, we
that.
touch down and then just go right back up. We don't actually get out of the plane.
We get the sunset and sunrise in the plane.
Right.
I don't think I've been out of the country in a decade, maybe more.
I've never been, so I'm excited.
You've never been out of the country?
I've never.
Like
I've had
not even like a Canada or Mexico?
Nah, I wasn't going to do Mexico with my parents, and then I thought, hey, I'm in high school. My parents are going to go to Mexico for 10 days, and I could have the house to myself. So I ended up just staying back.
And they trusted you?
Yeah, they always did.
You have some parties, guy?
They didn't care. They wanted to get away from us, too, just as bad if we wanted to, But yeah, I haven't been, so I'm super excited. Just everything, never been to all-inclusive either, so that's going to be nice, too, kind of get that experience.
Maybe you can beef up a little bit. All you can eat.
Oh, I'm going to eat a
Maybe
ton
you
of
put
food.
on 15, 20 pounds.
King-size bed, no dogs. Going to feel amazing.
Yeah.
Get that breeze. Oh, man.
Well, how do you know there's a breeze?
Well, there probably will be.
Oh.
Those resorts are near the ocean.
They're
there.
near
You got-
breezes. That's how they build them. Right here next to the breeze. Okay, yeah, I think we're all looking forward to it, except Iggy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Strode back in the studio. We were talking about the Jamaica trip, and Doug says we're just landing to see Jamaica, and then we will immediately not even leave the plane, and we will be back in St. Louis.
It's just a touchdown, really.
Well, it's really not even, you don't even have to unpack when you get there. Just leave it in the luggage, take a couple shorts out, and you get ready to go home.
Yeah.
I am doing a backpack, though. I think like I'll be able to get away with a backpack.
And that's all?
Mm-hmm.
For 5 days?
I can fit everything into a carry-on.
Oh, dude, I can roll my underwear, socks, and shirts up like really small, and then just 4 pairs of shorts and some golf gear. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Golf shoes I may just have to tie and put around my neck.
I'm not even bringing any golf shoes.
Why not?
Play barefoot.
Oh, really?
You're not
You
gonna
play barefoot?
barefoot?
Yeah.
Look at you, Shakira.
Why would you play barefoot?
Because I'm not packing golf shoes.
Oh, you understand now?
Wouldn't you rather play in tennis shoes and barefoot?
I'd rather play barefoot. We're in Jamaica. I'm going to play barefoot.
And they're okay with that?
Tiger played barefoot in, was it the 2001 Masters?
I think so. Yeah, the final hole he walked up barefoot and his shirt off.
You're
Or Speedos on.
You're afraid you'll step on something?
On a golf course?
Rock,
What?
pebble? Or,
Siggies.
there's lots of things. A stick, rock, snake.
No.
Well, I'm excited for that video content.
I'm probably just going to hit shots here or there. They just want to do some video, of course. So.
Oh, there's our friend Greg Warren.
Oh my God, Greg Warren is just like Doug. Ours is the type of program where friends drop by. Greg Warren's a friend of the feather.
Greg, sit down. I got to get some coffee anyway. Sit down. I got to get some coffee.
You baked?
I bake, man. I do it every year.
Randy Carricker and Greg Warren bake.
What a little treat.
You gotta go to a show that's not on HD2. That's what you're trying to say politely.
I am on a show currently. I just snuck out.
Are you on with Courtney right now?
Yeah.
God bless.
Iggy will be back in a minute, so.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring you guys some cookies, man.
God bless America.
Fabulous.
What's your specialty?
Oh, chocolate chip cookie.
Well, it's chocolate chip, and then I do the iced sugar cookie. And they're good, man.
Is that right?
I recommend them. It's got a hint of almond extract, Doug, and
Is that right?
That's the key to these things.
I love how you shut the tin as if I wasn't about to just snag one.
Hawk, have some cookies, man.
How did you learn to
It's such a
bake
cute
when you were so busy delivering all the potato chips?
You know,
on,
once
Doug.
again, Doug, I didn't deliver them.
Oh, that's right.
It's going to be a slander suit.
I know that's
it's coming.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
familiar
yeah,
with them.
Yeah.
So we'll load it up with Thompson Coburn again. How did everything go at your
It was
West
outstanding, man.
Yeah?
And there were
Funny Bone
some
good?
TMA fans there, man.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
right?
there were.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you know that? Because they were unwashed.
Well, no, Yeah, where they showed up at the children's show and they were swearing and
Those are people.
There were a couple of kids that said some this time.
They went blue?
Yes, worse than everything. Yeah, worse than everything. I mean, it happens. They get on the corner of it, you know, but this time several times.
How old were the kids?
Then you're middle schoolish, and then there's one kid that said something. Well, this was in Omaha last week, but some kid came up and he did he called O'Brien, my co-host, called him fat, and then he did a very political.
Wow, he gave a take?
Really?
Yeah, he had a take, and I'm like, your dad's a terrible person. Really? You're going to make your 8-year-old kid go up there and rail on... yeah. Hawk, what do you think, man?
They're amazing. They're unbelievable. I'm picking
He
up
might
from
take that whole tin and put it down here between now and 10
Yeah,
o'clock.
man. I mean, I recommend the sugar cookies. You know, the chocolate chip I stand behind, but the sugar cookies I
That's
think are
where it's
something
at. That's your special.
That's something
If you were to
special.
submit that for a baked goods
Yes,
contest,
that would be
your-
that would be what I would stand behind.
God bless America.
Now I got to go back and
Yeah, you gotta.
Sorry.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Greg. Greg Warren dropping by and delivering his signature ice sugar cookies. Thank you, Greg. What a gesture.
I got you. I'll tweet you.
Tweet you.
What's nice when you don't have time to stop for donuts is you get some cookies handed to you.
Dude, unbelievable. Greg is the absolute lifesaver.
And we just open the door and look. There's Greg Warren, comedian extraordinaire, and he's dropping off a tin of baked goods.
Yeah.
And it was great for the Plow Hawk. He gets to enjoy them. He gets called Hawk, which I love.
Yeah.
Doug, I'm sure you will have some. And Iggy took an opportunity to take another.
Go smoke again. It doesn't take much to convince them. Oh, someone walked by in the hallway. I'm out of here.
Did you see on camera? He forced him to sit down.
The man is on 106.5 The Arches. We mess with their show more than anything. We swiped Nikki Glazer earlier in the year.
Right.
But Courtney is amazing. So
Courtney is great.
She's unreal.
She's a ball striker, too. She can play some golf.
She's so funny, dude. She is sneaky funny as hell outside, dude, when I talk to her. She's great.
Guys, I love that every time Grandpa Diapers comes back, we got to do a recap of what was talked about from the previous 5 minutes. Do better, Rawlings. This is a job, not Delmar Gardens. That's from the 314.
Grandpa Diapers, I don't think he's going to like that one. That's worse than ash and sweet potato.
Can Plowsy put his calories in my MyFitness app for a day in Jamaica, all you can eat? That's from Steve in Wildwood. He wants to track what you actually would. God, I wonder. I think you've got to be 4,000 plus.
Yeah, and I mean all that.
But I don't know what
food.
you do after you leave here. I don't know if you don't eat as much. You still eat?
Oh man.
Really? Good for you, man.
I dive in. But yeah, I will definitely try to get as accurate as I can. I mean, there are going to probably be times where I forget that I went for that, third or fourth helping of XYZ, whatever it is.
Is it always bad food? Do you ever venture into the fruit and vegetable category?
Oh, I love veggies. I told you, I love, we do veggie wraps. We do, salmon Caesar salads.
You always got a nanner.
Yeah, and so I think I go heavy on, the sugar and sweets. It's almost like my sort of caffeine in the morning. But in the afternoon, I still eat heavy, but it's a lot healthier.
Now, what are you weighing now these days?
I don't know. I know me and KG and O-Town were interested. So maybe I'll go to the YMC. I think I'm going tomorrow. And so maybe, I don't know if there's I would assume there's some sort of machine there to check your weight.
Oh, yeah.
Be a scale.
Yeah, be a scale.
Well, I couldn't think of the freaking name.
They don't have one at My Planet Fitness.
Because they don't want you to...
Yeah, I said, where's the scale? And they go, we don't judge anyone here.
Yeah, the judgment-free thing.
Judge. They just want to see if I'm losing weight. They don't have one.
That's stupid, though. They need to have one just for your satisfaction or your motivation.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I'd be interested. I would say 130. I would be shocked if I was any more than that.
130.
God. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, if we set the over-under at 130, I don't know where I would go. I think I'd go over, but I don't know.
I think I'd go slider. I think 127 is probably the number. If I'd put if I was a betting man, I'd put a good, solid betting number.
Like when we see in, the golf clothes.
And the running video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty thin when you're almost 6 feet tall.
Yeah, so I know I'm skinny, but it's not the fact of not trying to.
Right, you try harder than anybody.
Yeah. So that would be interesting to see what the weight is. I mean, I don't even have a practitioner, a doctor here. I have a dentist that I go to.
You don't go to a
regularly.
doctor?
I've been to a doctor in 10 years, yeah. I've had the need to, and I'm just lazy, and I'm a guy. You know, most guys tend to just pull that back and not go. So,
Tim, there is literally no way Plowsy eats 4,000 calories and then does not gain weight. It's scientifically impossible. I understand, Johnny Cakes, what you're saying. I respect your position. Doug, calories in, calories out. That's all you got to worry about. That's all you got to worry about.
I mean, I mash
different
food.
But everybody has a different, Doug, what do you call it? TDEE? That is the number of calories your body burns naturally. Mine's at about 1,800. I'm a tiny little boy. I'm a tiny little twink boy, they say. Yeah. So, you know, but if you're a taller person or if you're super active, you're probably burning, and younger, and you're probably burning, I would imagine Jackson's probably burning like 2,000 plus, 2,100. Be my guess. Plowhawk, there's no way you're burning more than 2,100 calories.
No, I mean, I walk
so
the
it
dog
is scientifically stunning, but then at the same time, I don't know. I'd be curious what that number is because you eat. There's no way you don't eat 4,000. You eat 1,500 calories while we're sitting here every day.
Yeah, and I eat so much, and I feel bad for Madison. That like she has to go into mom mode sometimes. Like it's like 10:30 at night, and I'm rummaging through the cupboard or like looking through the fridge. Like she's gotta like, as I'm a kid, like, hey, it's time for bed. Like we're done eating tonight.
Well, you may hit an age when that changes.
Oh, sir. Oh, most definitely will. I thought it would be around this time period, though. Like, because I've been eating like this. I mean, I've done this for as long as I can remember, just smashing food constantly. And I figured at mid-30s would probably be about the time.
Do you have a cookie yet?
I had one, yeah. I'm about to have another one right now. He said the sugar cookies were bomb, and I had the chocolate chip were really good. So
Courtney said they're delicious.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You went down and visited their show?
No, I saw her as we were smoking.
Oh.
Then we had a bathroom sitch, so I had to go find Jody.
Oh, no. Was it
really?
a case of...
It's just locked again.
It was locked at 5:30 yesterday, and I told Jody, I asked Jody if she could open it, and then I left, and it was open. So someone in the middle of the night came in here and locked it.
Someone do it on purpose because you have to.
I think it's just today.
But it was locked like at 6:30 this morning.
Oh, well, maybe. Weird. So I haven't used that one this morning. I had to go use the other one.
Lord.
Now you're helping yourself to a sugar cookie in the shape of a Christmas tree with green icing on there.
Oh, good. How's that treating you, boy?
Very good.
Yeah. Doug, I can tell you what'll treat you good. James Carlton, 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. He is my insurance agent. Say, friends, why doesn't he become your insurance agent as well? And you go, oh, I don't really want to make the switch. And plus, my friend has been handling the insurance for a while, and it's to be an awkward conversation. I don't want to do it. And I say, you know what? I understand that. I understand the whole thing. But this isn't just something that you don't worry about. You make sure that it's taken care of because it's your responsibility to your family with home insurance, auto insurance, and life insurance. James Carlton has 302 5-star Google reviews. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm. Doug, you can call Marco Bertorelli too, can't you?
Yeah, anyone could call old Marco Bertorelli. He'll get you fixed up with some Christmas gifts. He's got some ideas down there. They got a great retail area in the store down there on the hill where you can pick up all kinds of fancy stuff. The holiday season is here, and we all know that getting a gift for that special somebody isn't always easy. If you're anyone you know looking for a gift that's a cut above the rest, I would suggest you go visit the fine folks at Bertorelli Cutlery. It's a locally owned family business, been on an institution on the hill since 1974. Support locals, swing on down to the hill and go see our friends at Bertorelli Cutlery. They have an awesome showroom with a variety of kitchen tools and gadgets and mixers and, of course, world-class knives like those Wusthof knives. Also, they will sharpen your knives like the Dickens at Bertorelli just in time for Christmas. Slice up your turkey like a pro with your freshly sharpened tools, courtesy of Bertorelli. Don't settle for a gift card or the same lame sweater this holiday season. Instead, you should cut to the chase and choose Bertorelli, located 1927 Marconi Avenue on the hill. I'll give the phone number. Here it comes. 314-664-4005 or visit them online at BertorelliCo.com. You drop into the store, you'll be surprised at what a cool place that it really is. Great place to do some shopping.
Bertorelli Cutlery, the longtime sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, going back to 2007. And Mentality just got on board this year, and they have seen many listeners from TMA show up at their locations. All you need to do is go online at lowtusa.com and you can get checked out. If you're having symptoms where things are feeling, maybe I'm just putting on weight and it's kind of a bigger rate than it used to be, or I'm just not feeling The energy that I used to feel, I'm tired all the time, feeling anxious, moody. Well, those are symptoms of low testosterone. Get it taken care of with Mentality, a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. I went out there, saw the people a couple of different times, got tested, and it was super easy. They're super friendly. You're in and out within 15 minutes, and it's worth it. And then you get the testosterone situation treated, and you can start to feel better. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it wasn't fully looked at, come get checked with Mentality at lowtusa.com. All right, coming up on Balloon Party at 10, is that 10:15 probably, Jackson?
Yeah.
Darren Pang will be joining us. Pepper and Jeannie following the program as well. Doug has a sound story coming up. And, the players are busy here because it's the holiday season, and we only have 7 shows left in 2022. How about that?
Well, we could
Including
come
today.
on in our own time and do some more shows if we'd like to add to that.
Just
number.
because you want to get reps.
Yeah, I think at this point that'd be important. We could spend all weekend doing shows.
Just like practice shows.
Mm-hmm. 3-hour shows that nobody hears.
Have fun.
We'd probably talk about the same stuff we talk about during the show that's on right now. Which is to say, nothing of much importance.
That's right.
I tried to get the fusion conversation going. That went nowhere.
Well, we're going to start a company.
Yeah. Okay, as long as we planted that seed.
Yeah, over fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, somebody's calling me right now.
Who's calling?
Oh, my endodontist. Mind if I take it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll kill a few minutes.
Oh, this is...
We can just sit in silence.
Doctor.
You're going to have to go in for another root canal.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Just play some drops.
Oh.
No, I'm too lazy for that. So what up, Jackson?
I can tell people about
What up?
How you doing, dog?
I can show my live spot if you want.
Yeah, fire.
Dude, of course we want
What's
to hear
your
about
live spot?
Well, this
It's a tease.
is what I was teasing for the 9 o'clock hour, but might as well do it now.
Okay.
I love Christmas songs, don't you?
Christmas songs? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't mind when people start playing Christmas songs in like October.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a little early.
We play it every night at the house while we cook dinner.
Yeah, I've got 3 go-tos. I've got, and I think our boss John Kiowski was talking about how much he loves Nat King Cole's Christmas album, which is one of my go-tos, along with Andy Williams and Johnny Mathis.
Chances
No, that's
are
that's
that
a
you
Christmas album.
hair a silly grin. That's Johnny Mathis.
Chestnuts roasting on
Moment
an
you
open
come into
That's one of my
Ooh.
top 3s right there. Iggy just sang it.
But one of my favorite songs.
Jack Frost and them and that you know.
All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth
Hey.
and a boner.
I beg your pardon, sir.
I remember that version.
Yeah, time for Blue Chew.
Who sings that?
Blue Chew sings that.
Oh.
Now, if you're looking for that last-minute Christmas gift for your girlfriend, your wife, significant other, give her something she hasn't had in a while.
What?
A boner.
Oh.
If you are struggling
And you
with
led
ED,
into this with the Christmas carols?
Yes. If you're struggling with ED, as a lot of guys are, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens to a lot of guys. Not me, but
No,
it's
and
happened to a lot of guys.
certainly not you.
Go to BlueChew.com. That's what I would suggest for Christmas. Same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, and now in Vardenafil Mint.
What does that mean?
You know, if you're worried about chewing a tablet that I don't like the taste, you can now get it in mint. And you know what Vardenafil is?
What is it?
It's a chewable tablet, same active ingredients as Levitra and Staxin. Same active ingredients. in
Okay.
Blue Chew.
What is Staxin? What is that?
Staxin. It's an active ingredient in Cialis, Viagra.
Okay.
But
And they have that in Blue Chew.
yes, and you know when you get Viagra and those other ones, you got to go to the pharmacy because you got to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
And then, oh, doc, I can't get hard. You know how embarrassing that conversation is? So you don't have to do that with Blue Chew. You go to BlueChew.com. It's pretty simple. You talk to one of their...
Doctors.
Oh, no. Yeah, one of their...
Doctors.
Licensed...
Physicians.
medical professionals.
Nice.
And then once they approve you, you go online, BlueChew.com. You get your prescription in like 2 days.
Really?
Yes. And also, if you go to BlueChew.com, when you go to checkout, type in TMA.
What do you get?
You know how much you're paying for your first month?
No.
Nothing.
Zero.
Free. $5 shipping and handling is all you pay. but your first month is free. So go to BlueChew.com, type in TMA.
Yeah.
I walked
the
down
promo
a big
code at the
moment.
end, and guess what?
Yeah.
$5, and it'll be there in a couple of days. No pharmacy, no waiting in line, no doctor visit. It's pretty simple. So that's what you do.
And to get back to the beginning of this is what you get your significant other, your girlfriend or your wife. This is what you get her for Christmas.
Well, you haven't given her a boner in a long time.
Oh.
So if you go to BlueChew.com and you type in TMA, before Christmas you'll have your order. And guess what, honey? Merry Christmas. Boing.
Okay, don't make that sound. Don't make that sound.
Chew it and do it. As I said, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth and a boner.
Okay, I don't think that's a Christmas carol.
BlueChew.com.
Yeah, I opened the door last night, and there were some choir singers out there doing it.
And that's what they sang?
That's exactly.
Can you imagine
I
the
said,
look?
Look, boys, gather around.
Oh, let's have some cocoa and listen to the carolers.
Nice 5-minute live read. That's from the 314. Doug, I was on the phone. I don't know how long the live read was.
I went a little long. I could have cut it down to a minute, but Tim wasn't here, so I went a little long.
I love it.
What am I like? Am I like the babysitter? Is that my? I don't want that. Doug, we give the people what they want, and they want a good Blue Chew read.
Oh,
look, if I want to sing during it, then I will.
Aunt Peg won the Fan Page Club Championship. What year did Aunt Peg win, Doug? Was that 2020?
2 years ago.
Says, how long is this effing Blue Chew spot? How about an update on the passport situation? That's from Aunt Peg.
The spot itself wasn't long. It was the preamble before.
Yeah. We got into Johnny Mathis and Nat King Cole.
Yeah, we led into some Christmas songs that we like and albums.
Guys, Doug is trying so hard to rescue this account for Iggy. That's from Colorado.
How is that, Ellen? How is it rescuing an account? When they sign up, I do it. When they don't sign up, I don't care.
Right.
There it is.
Well, I care.
That's good part for the endorsement. I hope, Jackson, you edit out that part when you send it over
it's always
to
nice
the account executive.
It's always nice when they come on board. They're very happy with the spot that I do.
And it's surprising because you don't need the product at all.
Well, they know that. I told them. I said, look, I'll talk about it, but I don't need it.
No.
I can't say that I try it because I don't need it.
Right.
But I know a lot of our listeners do, and they're embarrassed to say I can't get hard.
Doug, you know that Beer Cats and Iggy are not sideways anymore, even though the text might not indicate that. Beer Cat says, so the fine folks at Blue Chew found out that Iggy couldn't get hard after the TMA year-end awards and decided to re-up. That's from Beer Cats.
How would they find that out? Iggy, great Christmas party. Can you get hard?
What? Word on the grapevine, I guess.
Word on the grapevine is Iggy's limp. Well, they'd be wrong. No problem yesterday with Dillian.
With Dillian?
Oh, man.
You slept with Dillian Harper yesterday.
Nope, she was on the computer.
Ooh, a virtual date.
Gosh, this is creepy.
We'll see. If I did ask for one thing in the unboxing, I said, don't send me anything expensive. Don't send me anything. I don't need any clothes. This is a fun thing. Have fun with it. But I said, now, if you're going to send me something, I could use a Dillian Harper fleshlight.
Are you getting turned on by this?
Yes.
How much will that run you?
This is like...
I don't know. Just type in you know me. Maybe she'll get it to you cheaper.
Now it feels like you're one of those Instagram models who's got a wish list.
Oh, yeah,
Want
wish
people to
list.
Send them
No,
gifts.
just one wish list. I think it'd be funny to open up a fleshlight, but that's just me.
Oh,
But it would be used.
you were going to smash
it better
that
not be
right
used.
against the
No, I'm not saying
shower.
they're going to send you a used one, but like you would yourself would use it, right?
Probably not. I just
Yeah, I was a naughty little girl. I
keep
was.
it in the box. I got a few Dillians in there. I think I got 5 things. It's early. I'm not opening until the 23rd. So whatever you want to send.
There you go, Doug. The unboxing.
And it's going to be all in one.
What if you don't want to send something? Are you still required to?
Well, then don't.
All right.
No.
Hey, this week, Friday night is pizza night with Uncle Leo's. Buy one, get one 50% off. I love me some Uncle Leo's. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait for Friday. Hey, but you can do it tonight. Do it tomorrow. Do it Saturday. Do it Sunday. Let them know you're a TMA listener. Buy one. Then you get 50% off the next one. Friday night is pizza night. Uncle Leo's, this week's partner here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After as we broadcast from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Michelob Ultra, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's Michelob Ultra. Sponsor of the studios here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And Engineered Design Facilities is sponsor of our text inbox. which again, I feel like this is the second time I may have said this in the last week, but we may break a record today for the number of texts coming in. Engineered Design Facilities text inbox 314-881-TMA5. Become a friend of the Feather. Let Jackson know what your name is, and then he stores it in there, and then you can always, now you can maybe be the second winner. Who won this year? Little Tommy Tribbins, right?
I believe he did.
Can he go back-to-back? Doug, who's the most likely guy to go back-to-back, or lady? And I assume we didn't have any female winners just because we don't have any female listeners minus
KG in O-Town, I think, is probably most likely to go back-to-back.
Yeah.
For multimedia, Listener of the Year is up in the air.
Yeah.
It's up for snatch grabs.
Yeah, it's a lot going to happen between.
You can bribe me.
There it is. Plowboy votes up for purchase. If you have visibility to your company or place of business, commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email us at fire@edf-rg.com. Now, a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com. That's the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF's fire division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial, kitchen, and restaurant hoods. EDF can handle all of your
Wonder
company's...
how he made his way.
Oh, sorry.
What was that drop? If we have a drop today, it must be Nicki Minaj, Mixed Fusion Moscato.
Sorry, Tim. I did
Oh, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Well, I'm just curious what it was.
Oh,
It's not like we're getting like a traffic report or something.
No, it kind of was. There's a guy on the run, and a guy hid, and another
Where is
guy
this?
who walked out of a store became the suspect because that's who I thought it was.
Is this in St. Louis?
No.
Sound like the Mr. Rogers drop.
You're watching something on Twitter.
Yeah. I admitted it, though. I'm not looking at emails.
Okay.
I admitted looking at this video on
Was that a
Twitter.
shot at Iggy?
No, it's just that's what they normally accuse us of is looking at emails.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, go ahead, Tim.
Engineered Design Facilities is wonderful.
really
That's all you need to know.
All right.
That's the bottom line of the whole thing.
I don't care what they think I'm looking at. I just posted a picture of our studio.
I did see
with
that.
you in the background. Or the foreground, I guess it would be.
Doug is in the background or the foreground?
No, I think I was the background. I think the tree might have been the foreground.
Yeah, and then you're in the middle, and then the lights were the foreground. It's a very nice picture.
It can't be the
Could be a
Diamonds
Christmas card.
Express with the fire extinguisher, like shadow. Remember that one?
Fire extinguisher in the back. And
that's my favorite.
But I think my favorite picture is the one I took of Jackson. That he was staring out the window at the sunset, and I took the picture, and I said, Jackson pondering his future.
Yep. My thinning crown wasn't in it, so I really like that picture.
I think he's got his arms full just looking out the window.
Thinning crown.
Very deep.
Doug, speaking of crowns, the crown was given for the worst caller of 2022 to Mr. Fix.
Yeah.
And this is his first call since he has won worst caller.
no. Line 3.
Mr. Fix, you are on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line.
Another one there not to pick up his award.
Chuck, what was that, Kenneth? Yeah, I didn't pick up my award. You're darn right I didn't. I worked a 14-hour day that day, as I told Jackson. So I just want to accept my award. I was really committed to it. Pretty much a landslide victory.
Well, you don't know that.
How do you know?
Oh, no, I do.
Well, I didn't vote for you. I didn't vote for you, so it's not a landslide.
There goes the secret ballot.
Secret
Yeah,
ballot's been
damn it,
abandoned by
secret ballot. Yeah, you guys are really just kind of. You guys have all revealed votes here and there, except for except for Tim. He never does anything wrong.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Eliminating.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm proud that to win worst caller of the year, and then now sounds like I'm going to be on drops of the week coming up Friday too. So
don't count on it.
Two feathers in my cap. Well, now you're going to purposely not put me, Kenneth. Come on now.
I got nothing to do with them. You haven't said anything that's worthy of a drop yet.
He just said clip that off.
Well, Plowsy didn't write it down, so it's not going in there.
Yeah, I'm finishing
He's watching this video.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, Darren, I understand.
I
you're
got you. I got it
distracted.
written down.
We all like a good chase video.
Do you have a problem when people say, yeah, no?
Producer Joe did that.
I do, actually. Yeah, I do. I also have a problem with when people say, can I ask you a question? Just ask the question. Right?
It's a hot take there.
Yeah.
Ocean's
Yeah,
12
no, that was my best skip. That was my best Skip Bayless. Did you guys hear me scream earlier?
No, we missed it.
No, didn't really hear you scream.
Oh, okay. Well, start listening to me.
Okay, that's better.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I just wanted to prove that. So, Licks, he comes on. He's an actual douche. I come on and I portray a douche to kind of show you that douche is easy if you want, but Licks, that's his thing. He is just an actual douche. I'm a character.
Do you know him?
So I just wanted to come on. No, but
Well, how
I've
do you
heard
know?
his calls.
How do you know he's not faking? And how do we know you're not a real douche?
No, well, people that know me know I'm not a douche.
We're getting to know you here, and we feel like you're kind of a douche.
You answered your own question though. People that know you,
I
but
am, yeah.
you don't know Licks, so you can't call him a douche.
Oh no, I know Licks. I know Licks very well.
I just asked
I've
if you
known
knew him. You
Licks
said
all
no.
my- I've known Licks all my life. So there's nothing special about Licks. Let's be
So
real.
you have known Mr. Licks all your life?
In a matter of speaking, I've known people like Mr. Licks my whole life.
So you don't know
That
him.
doesn't
You don't
count.
know him personally.
No. I know him about as well as you do, Ken.
I never said I knew him.
I
don't like his call, but I
yeah.
wouldn't say he's a douche because I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know what his personality in real life is like.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he's, he comes on, he gets a real kick out of himself with his little dry delivery, and he's kind of like.
And you
"All right,
don't?
cool." I don't get a kick out of myself as much as the people that listen to these calls later, like my friends and stuff. We get a kick out of it together, but like while they're actually occurring, I don't really get much kick out of it.
How do you know he gets a kick out of it? Maybe he has friends that they listen to it
because
later on too.
because he repeatedly calls every single day and texts and involves himself in the show.
You're not
You
involving
guys
yourself
take
in
my
the show.
call maybe once a month. Yeah, sure. A lot of times I just sit there on hold and I go on about my day.
All right, buddy. I have no problem with you, Licks.
That's fixed.
Or fixed.
No, this is fixed, buddy. Yeah, it's cool. We're
Either
both,
way, you're both a terrible caller.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point. So I just want to accept my award again. I want to thank you guys. And then, Doug, if you can sit on my face. I
Okay,
would love
pot
it.
him down. Cut his mic.
Starting off
Pot him
strong
down.
for that 2023
And now he'll
campaign.
text all of
Wraparound season.
He'll text all of his friends, let them know he was on today, and then they'll go sit and have a beer and laugh at each other over your call. Is that what he said he does?
Sounds like it.
I hope we got him potted down in time.
Just the worst.
Oh,
And he
he's
won. And he won,
he's
so
really bad.
We all agreed because he.
It's not something you want to win, though. You don't want to win being the worst at something.
Well, he was happy about it. He called in to accept his award. I think that's one of the two that are broke.
Guys, do you think Fix is meta bad or unwittingly bad? Thanks. That's from Scissor Me Timbers.
I have a feeling he's real.
Yeah, I think it's real too.
Yeah.
But usually the people who call in have some semblance of an angle,
There's no angle there.
and I just don't think there is. But maybe he's just outplaying us.
But he just won an award.
The worst caller.
But it's
Well,
not the
it's-
award you won.
Doug, here's a guy who feels like he was robbed, and that's caller Adam.
Oh.
He left.
Oh, he's gone?
All
Yeah.
right.
I talked too long with him about Chinese restaurants, and so he got off the line.
I like a good Chinese
So
restaurant.
do I.
Because you get General Tso's and waffle fries.
Of course.
I get the chicken and broccoli.
It's that season. It's Chinese restaurant season.
Speaking of ass-eating season, Doug, on Tom Brady's podcast, he's decided he's going to try and get some more listeners because Bill Burr and Tracy Morgan talking about ass-eating.
Oh.
Take a listen.
Went double negative and turned it into a positive. You taught me that. He said something like that grossed the crowd out, and then he doubled down on it, and then they go, all right, I guess he's, I don't know if I can say what he said on the show here.
Double down
He
on
goes,
it.
I'm old. I eat toes and holes.
That's what I do.
And that was before eating ass was mainstream. So the whole crowd like,
Man, I go raw, man.
yeah, so the whole crowd was like, they pulled back. And then
I'm going dead back, man. I'm a dead back king.
They all pulled back, and then he looks at the crowd. He goes, "You eat the mother," and then it's just like, all right. I guess.
Well, Tracy, we're going to get you a much better meal because it's Jim Gray along with Tom Brady, Adam Sandler, Bill Burr, and Tracy Morgan. Hey, Tracy, for tender and flavorful in every bite, we're going to send you to Morton's the Steakhouse.
Wow, he weaved in a live.
What a segue.
Jim Gray is on there?
He gotta be like, what
We, of
the
course,
heck?
have Adam Sandler, we have Bill Burr, and we have Tracy Morgan joining Tom Brady. But I was like, who in the hell's that guy? It's Jim Gray running point.
I've wondered how he has become.
I heard Brady laughing.
A major sportscaster for years. And what is it? What does Jim Gray bring to the table?
Segues like
He's
that.
had such big jobs. I don't get it.
He's on there talking ass eating.
Now, Bill Burr dropped a MFer But then he said, "Can I say this word?" What word would you ask you could say if you just dropped an MF?
It's a nice question. It's a fair question. It's a nice question.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan isn't funny.
Steak.
Right?
Tracy Morgan's super fun.
Like 30 Rock is great, but like in terms of just him solo stuff, like
Well, he's not. Him and Zoom don't get along. Like the way he talks is not going to be conducive
no,
to
I was
Zoom.
not talking about that. Just in general, I just never really found his style of comedy appealing, and it's
Some
not
people
for
like some
everybody.
things?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
How does Tom Brady have the time to do this right now? The football season.
A ton of athletes have podcasts now.
With Jim Gray. How did that come about? Jim Gray called him and said, "Want to do a podcast?"
No, that's like Brady's podcast. Like that's his thing. His production company, I believe.
So he asked Jim Gray to host it.
I don't know all the particulars, but
Doug, you've talked with Brady recently. Did he?
I've not. I just drove by his house, but he wasn't there.
athletes in season doing podcasts is very popular now. The
Yeah,
Kelsey
hockey
brothers
guys are doing it.
Yeah, the Kelsey brothers do a big one.
Travis and Jason.
Yeah, Draymond Green.
What's it going
does
to be
one.
like when they have a Super Bowl week and they're playing each other?
That must listen to
No.
Broadcasting there.
I guess maybe when practice is over, they sit around with nothing to do until the next practice. So they say, "Well, I got a couple hours to talk."
It's a good side hustle.
I guess.
And plus, a lot of guys
I
have
think
opinions.
a lot of guys just want to set the record straight.
Right.
Yeah, the last thing they would need is a side hustle when you're making $40 million a year.
Yeah, but if you want to get into broadcasting after.
That's correct. Yeah, and the Kelseys could absolutely be great.
Both of them.
See, those are two guys that I'd buy stock in as broadcasters. I still just don't see it with Tom Brady. But maybe he'll be great. I don't know.
I think Jason Kelsey could be an outstanding broadcaster.
Yeah, he could be more like in the McAfee strain, but he wouldn't be somebody they would hire to be, unless that's just the way that the shows wind up going. You know what I mean? He's not like a Howie Long style of guy, but he would be a Terry Bradshaw style of guy.
Yeah, I think both them and you're right, Tim. It's like setting the record, so they, because all they get beforehand was just press conferences where you're being asked questions. This you can kind of set your own narrative and talk freely.
I guess now with Tony Romo leading the charge, if you're really good, you can make as much or more talking about the game as you did playing it.
well, and he's bad too, so that makes it even
you don't
more
like him either.
appealing that you can be terrible at it and make what 20 million.
Something like that, 18 million or
Oh,
something.
look, here comes the screen. Nope. Oh, look, here comes a post. Nope. But that one play he calls right, everybody's like, oh, my God, look at this. He's a savant. He's Nostradamus. And he's just annoying. He's not good.
Who do you like as a
I
color
love
analyst?
Mark Sanchez. You brought up Mark
Yeah.
Sanchez. Absolutely love him. I love Aikman and Buck. Those are always my go-to guys. I know they're a little bit
More serious.
more serious. Yeah, they're not. I don't know. People try way too hard to be entertaining on
Chris
those
Collinsworth,
things.
you like him?
I used to hate him, but I've grown to like him on the broadcast. Just not.
He seems like a happy guy.
So many good ones have retired and passed in the last 5 or 10 years. Like some of the legends.
Doug, I'll give you a contrarian take. You want a contrarian take?
Sure.
Do my Colin Cowherd for you, but it's how I really feel. A play-by-play guy. I've met him. I've interviewed him. I'm certainly a likable guy. It's not a personal thing at all. But I don't like his style because I just kind of think it's easy and nothing special about it. Is Gus Johnson?
Really?
Like anybody
He sure
can
gets
scream.
excited.
I know, but he's not that excited. So it's just, to me, it's like it's kind of hack.
I think he's in the Skip Bayless realm where that became popular. Now you do it all the time.
Right.
Where it was first entertaining when you first heard him doing it. God, this guy loves
Because
it.
he
Now
would get
does it all
calls
the
of
time.
NCAA tournament games that were buzzer beaters, and that was natural. And then he saw how reaction, and so if there's a touchdown in the third quarter, I mean, he sprays himself.
Oh.
So I just think it's fake now. When he used to
So
be.
I could do without the screaming thing, but I guess if people like it, hey, guy, it doesn't affect me in any way. But it's just not my thing. As far as analysts go, trying to think. I mean, we certainly get some of the bottom of the barrel watching Missouri football.
I like the guys who do the SEC games on Saturday. Brad Nessler and Gary.
Oh,
Danielson.
yeah.
That is a good team.
Nessler's so good.
Oh, Nessler is great, man.
I'm going to miss that. SEC's not going to be on CBS. When is it? Last year, next year?
I think next year is the final season of it. Maybe the year after.
I'm a big Charles Davis guy. I just think he's just no frills, just very good at what he does. And I think he's on the number 2 team now.
Oh, is that right? He's up to the number 2 team?
Yeah.
How about that? Good for him. Have you guys covered Ken's creepy Instagram post last night? I don't know what we're talking
No, what did you post
I
there?
don't either, because none of them were creepy.
What did you
Tervis
post?
Parish.
I just used some audio again. I've said this many times on the show.
Here it comes.
That whether I'm outside smoking a cigarette or whatever, and
we're about to get scolded.
No, and a video comes up, one of those TikTok or Instagram videos, and if you watch one, you can scroll. And I'll do that to see if there's, and then some funny audio will come up that you can use the audio and use your own face or whatever. So I saw one come up last night.
What came up?
Some guy said, I don't know if it was a doctor or somebody saying, if you stop drinking coffee, it is the best thing for you. And then the audio came over, the guy put his coffee down and says, go F yourself.
Oh.
So I did that. I used the audio, and so I just had a fake cup of coffee. I didn't have any coffee in it. And the guy saying, if you stop drinking coffee, it's the best thing for you. And then I get, go F yourself. I just lip sync the audio.
It's a heck of a post by you.
And then I did one where a guy said, finally got 8 hours of sleep. Finally. It took me 3 days, but I got my 8 hours. And I just had I just had the video of me. I just covered myself up with my Vera Wang and laying there.
Hot.
You like that Vera Wang, don't you?
It's comfy.
Yeah.
And I just played the audio. Finally got 8 hours of sleep.
I hear some people saying
3
coffee is
days.
good for you, and now this doctor says it's bad
Yes,
for
it was
you.
just audio. It wasn't, I don't even know if it was a real doctor. But if I find one I think is funny and I can do something that I'm there,
Yeah, sure.
then I just do it. If you don't like it, again, don't watch it. And why is it creepy?
It's creepy when you're.
It's creepy if you, used it. That would be
Wow.
creepy.
What do you mean used it?
Well, I was laying in bed.
Jervis Parrish, Doug just sent in a screenshot of the video. Here's Iggy.
In bed?
He looks like the Downey baby.
You want to hear something funny? When I texted JR yesterday to see if he would come on the show at 9 and that worked, he said, yep, and then he sent me that exact screenshot you're looking at right now.
So people are disturbed by it.
Jeremy Rutherford is a loyal TMA listener.
He is, and just the greatest.
He's going to join us here coming up in the next segment, so send your two-parters in. Doug, a big road trip coming up here for Laze Note as they start it with the Oilers and then make their way through Alberta to British Columbia to, I guess, the state of Washington, then Nevada, and then home for the holidays. And take on the Leafs, and hockey want wingy on that Thursday. I'm planning on having a pony during that week. I'm going to be in St. Louis. You know,
not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. You'll be in Tampa, hanging out with Patty Maroon and Tom Brady, but I'll be in St. Louis, and I just want to go. I'm going to go to Blues games. Take my son one night, and go with Anna Marie one night, and just have booze, drink malt liquor. I think is my plan.
Malt liquor.
Mickey's.
Blues games are such a fun thing to go to. Just because you know you're not going to be hot, you're not going to be cold, it's not going to rain on you, it's not going to be 100 degrees. The game's not going to last 3.5 hours. There's so much energy in the building. It's just an entertaining night.
I know. I hope the team has a good road trip so the games are relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they go like 1-4, I read this thing yesterday on Balloon Party because one of Jackson's questions was percentage you give the Blues of making the playoffs. What percentage would you give them making the playoffs?
I'd say 50-50 right now.
Okay. The number is actually 3.8%. 3.8%.
Oh, I think a much better chance.
There are only 4 teams with a lower probability per money puck of making the playoffs than the Blues, and I'm like, holy crap!
No, I think they're better than that.
So I would have given it 25%. Jackson gave 20%, and I was stunned when I saw that. So anyway, Jeremy Rutherford's going to join us here in a matter of moments. Guys, KG in O-Town has Iggy shook. He's now trying to become a social media influencer. He will be doing choreographed dances in a week. That's from the Chicago Ginger. Are you going to be doing dances on your...
No, there's only one person that I watch that does it well. Is Costin Mayer. C-O-S-T-N. Costin Mayer, M-A-Y-O.
Who is that?
It's just a married couple that are fantastic. They do different dances, and I enjoy watching them.
Well, you can dance.
No, I can't dance. So there won't be any dance videos. If I see some audio I like, I found some perfect audio I want to use as soon as it snows.
Nice.
But I have to wait till it snows before I can use that. So, yeah, I'm doing it because KG posts TMA videos, and I do stupid ones of me drinking a cup of coffee.
Well, why are you
really
doing
influencing a lot of people.
Why are you doing it? Just fun?
Yeah, I got nothing to do, and the audio comes up. I said, this will be funny. If
Well,
you
if
don't
you have
like
nothing
it, don't
to do,
like it.
we could rearrange the drops and get them organized.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to influence anything.
Just ignore that. He just whipped past that one.
What's that?
I said if you have nothing to do, you could come in and organize the drops.
I've already offered to do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't really do Instagrams on Saturday afternoon.
When do you do them?
Usually in the evening. I'm sitting there watching TV. If I go smoke, I'll something will come up. I'll look at it. If it's a TikTok or whatever, then I can scroll through the other ones and look and see if there's any good ones. And if I see some audio that I think is funny, I say, yeah, let me do it. I'm not like planning on doing it.
No, I wouldn't think so.
And again, just don't
why do
follow
you
me.
care?
Don't follow me. I don't. What do I got? 20 people follow me on Instagram?
I don't know.
Well, there's so many people that comment, but there's only like 20 people following me.
Oh, you need more followers.
I don't care about followers. I'm not
Who
doing
are you
it.
doing
I'm
the
not
videos
doing
for
it.
then?
If I can make one person happy a day, then I've done my job.
Oh, my God, Doug. All of a
There's
sudden,
one person.
become an altruistic mission.
Look, I do my cooking show because there's one guy that looks forward to it every week.
Who is this?
I'm not going to give his name. I don't know him. He's a friend on Facebook, but I don't know.
Jay Johnson.
No, I don't know who he is.
Johnny Johnson?
I don't know who he is.
It's
but
Biff.
he'll DM me if I don't do the show. He goes, Iggy, what happened? No show today? I really look forward to it every week. I do it for that one guy.
Really?
Is it JR?
No, whoever this guy is that says he loves watching it every week.
That to me, that's the red flags are everywhere.
No, he maybe just likes
that guy
doing
would
it and it
make me
makes his
shut
day.
down-
So
shut down
my mom
entire
always told
social
me,
media.
you're on this earth for one reason, to try and make it a better place and make people happy if you can. So
Why
if
don't
I
you
make
have
one
that-
person happy.
Why don't you have him in to help you cook?
So if I have 20 people watching and I make one person happy on Instagram, then fine. I don't care what the other 19 dicks think.
Wow. Speaking of which, KG in O-Town has just posted on the TMA fan page a picture of Tom Brady and says shook.
Shook.
I don't know. Is he making reference to Brady supplanting Drew Bledsoe in New England?
Yeah. Is that a picture of Bledsoe?
They both wore 12, didn't they?
We're not on the same team.
That would be impossible.
No, but I believe Bledsoe.
I believe
once
he's put Iggy's face on Drew
Oh, okay.
Bledsoe.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Iggy.
Oh, gosh.
That's unbelievable. Is that a deep fake?
Doug, is that a deep fake?
What is a deep fake? Like a really good
Yeah,
Photoshop?
like the guy who looks like Tom Cruise, but isn't Tom Cruise.
Damn, that is a good one.
It's a better crop job than I've ever seen.
I've seen video fakes where you'd swear
Yeah,
that that's the
right.
person.
That's
Tom
deep
Cruise?
fake.
Not Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Plowsy thought that.
And that's
And it's really-
Drankowitz
it's really
was actually
dangerous.
holding a
on
sign that
Tom
said.
Brady.
Yep. That's what KG No Time just said. I refaced Iggy as Bledsoe and me as Brady. He just texted it in.
It's really a dangerous thing too when you can make it look like someone is really talking and who
Maybe
knows what
KG
they're
No
going to
Time
say.
shook. I posted a few, and now he's got to come over the top.
Wow.
Who shook?
It feels like he's gunning for you.
I would love KG O-Town to have a job here. If it's my job, fine.
Oh, my God. Are you going to resign from TMA in the 8 o'clock hour after resigning from Pick 6 in the 7 o'clock
No,
hour?
but if they decide they want to hire
Okay,
him and they got
down low now.
to free up some money and they get rid of me, well, what can I do about it?
That is nothing anybody wants, Iggy.
Hell
At least
no.
anybody on this show. Maybe in the text inbox and the fan page will pop up every once in a while, but that's not what anybody on this show. We want to add. KG came in here and he met with the Riz Boys on his own on Friday.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, if you could be the social media guy, it'd be great.
Does Riz
I
do-
honestly think I'm annoying Tommy with how much I bring it up. I really do. I think. Jackson, were you stifling a laugh there? Or were you
That was
snorting
me.
a rail? Oh, that was you, Plow.
That was me.
What happened? Did your sinus just implode?
I just remembered on
Voice
Thursday I gave KG an O-Town offer, and maybe an award or talked about it, and then just pointed at Tom, and you could see he's like,
Anytime that's brought up, he turned his back, faced the sales staff.
I think he enjoys it though.
Does Riz do his off topic? I'm just curious. Does Riz do his sound stories in this studio or his studio?
This one right here, yeah.
So we
because you
got
have Donnie in there middays, and then you have Liv in there. In the
Oh, that's right.
afternoons.
That's right. I forgot. We're the only ones that don't have anything to do in the studio once we leave.
Podcast, Pepper and Jeannie sounds.
That's what I'm saying. Pepper and
Yeah,
Jeannie. will have
Hewlett
to
was
go.
in here yesterday.
And he's got one at 10:30 tomorrow, so we have to do Pepper and
Yeah.
Jeannie quickly.
Yep.
Oh, Doug, it'll be a quick Pepper and Jeannie on Thursday, so note that for your
Why don't you
podcast.
watch Casey Anthony tonight, and let's do that tomorrow.
Okay.
That'll be a quick 10-minute out. All right, you got something to do.
Okay.
I can set aside 3 hours.
Oh, you can?
I can make it work.
It's not. I think each segment's like 50 minutes long, so it's not.
There's somebody not happy here about the fish show. The cooking show. Ken 100% does the cooking show because he gets free fish. Stop lying. It's from the 3
No, I'm the one who usually eats all the free
And,
fish.
and if that's the case, who cares?
Yeah,
I mean,
I basically
right?
eat 3 ounces of fish and give 3 pounds to Doug.
And I eat every bit of it.
So I could very easily quit this
Doug.
thing and say, guys,
No,
it was a
don't
great
quit.
run. I just don't want to do it anymore.
No, keep it going.
And there's weeks I don't do it. They don't care.
Now this guy says all you care about is followers. This guy's amazing.
Oh, my God.
It's from Dewey Oxberger.
Yeah, worst texter of the year. We got to write that guy down.
Dewey Oxberger's the worst texter of the year.
He's in the
already?
grace period right now to Iggy, but this is the start to a new year for me in terms of awards.
Well, that's just
Ellen
a
is up there. She had that.
Caller Ellen is leading right now.
Well, she wants that trophy to put in a trophy case, and I think we
KG
can.
O-Town just texted, I apologize to Tommy on Thursday for people bugging him on my behalf, and he said, nah, I effing love it. There it is.
I knew it. I knew Tommy liked it. Because in the end, he's the one writing checks or not. It's not like he's going to crumble with the influence.
And let me answer that question real quick.
What question?
If I really cared about followers,
let's get back to you.
Well, that was the text was about.
This is the Jason Barrett Podcast.
If I really cared about followers, I wouldn't block 190 people because that takes
That's a good point.
that takes a lot of followers away from me.
That is the correct response to that.
And shedding light on the industry's biggest opportunities and challenges. Here's the president of Barrett Media, Jason Barrett.
What happened to greetings and salutations from around the nations?
Across the nation.
Doug, it's quite a little industry we have decided upon. Maybe it's time to look into cybersecurity, though, because then you can work with Patrick Neal and at Centric.
I'm
They
looking
can
into
train you-
fusion.
Yeah, we started that business in the 7 o'clock hour. Centric can train you for a career in cybersecurity, and they can do it in just 4 months. Centric's hands-on program teaches you the actual job skills you need to get started. No history, no biology, just technology. That's how they do it in just 4 months. Even if you have no IT experience, and you can do it online, you can do it in person, you can do it in the evenings, you can do it during the day, whichever works best for you. If you're interested in a career in cybersecurity, call Patrick Nealon at Centric Training today, and I'll walk you through Centric's cutting-edge program and show you everything Centric does to help get you started in your new IT career. Call 314-450-4714 or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Cybersecurity is a problem for every business in St. Louis. You can be part of the solution. Want to do some holiday shopping? How about TMASTLshop.com? What do we have going on? 20% off, Jackson?
That's right.
I got some stuff going on here for this TMASTL shop. It kinda
Now, if I
excites
order
me for
that
next year.
today, can I rush order any of these
Oh,
items?
I think you'll get it next week.
Okay, because I want to order some today for Christmas.
You got the Jennings shirt and hoodie, got the Bruce Devich, Kaká, the TMA Golf, the St. Louis Dogs. But I'm excited about golf shirts and hats. I was talking with a new embroidery operation earlier this week, and because I know a lot of people wanted that. So we'll be able to do that next year. TMASTLshop.com, TMASTLshop.com, and everything's 20% off. Everything is 20% off at TMASTLshop.com. So you have a TMA lover or hater in your life, get them that for the holidays. TMASTLshop.com. Jeremy Rutherford joins us next to your 2-part questions on the St. Louis Blues, presented by Mark Hanna. Coming up, then we have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, and then Jackson and I get our asses ripped for an hour on 101 ESPN. Darren Pang will join us at 10:15. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, and a lot of people are sitting there, Ryan, with that 2.5% interest rate, and so they need cash right now, but they don't want to mess with that first mortgage. Well, you have a solution for them here with a home equity line of credit.
Absolutely. Folks got a great rate over the last few years, but they know they have equity, and they could really use that home equity now to get caught up on bills and just to get through the month. And that's why the home equity line of credit is a perfect product. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
And it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Hey, it's Jackson from Marcana. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially. Saving for retirement and college while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you're like me and starting your financial planning, or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a strategy to do your finances right. It's a straightforward approach that starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors and insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT, and you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family's story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Bret Michaels is bringing something he's calling Party Gras to St. Louis Friday, July 28th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, part of the Allegiant Airways concert series, featuring music from Bret Michaels, Night Ranger, Jefferson Starship, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, and Steve Augeri, former lead singer of Journey. No, not the original guy, but not the current guy. The guy in between. That guy. Anyway, you could go to the show for free. Sign up now on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
You got to be on acid to understand what's going on this show.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
This wasn't really my original pick, so sorry. I don't know if they cuss either, so.
Doug, this is the sickest Wednesday ever.
Yeah, this is nice.
I'm afraid to let it go any further. I don't know.
Nice. Ba 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 da ba dee. Wonderful.
Very nice.
That's the Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Catch the game in a pint at one of their 2 locations in Sunset Hills and downtown. And that new Maggie O'Brien's, tip of the cap to Eddie McVeigh.
I was there the other night checking it out last weekend.
P-O-N-Y, Jack. P-O-N-Y, Jack.
It's so freaking nice. It's so nice.
Across from the soccer stadium.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Tip of the cap to Eddie. I'm super happy for him. He's the best. Mark Hanna brings us Jeremy Rutherford every Wednesday. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Jackson, you work with Mark. What do you like about Mark?
Well, like I've said before, he's the great communicator.
I like that, Doug.
I think that's Ronald Reagan.
No, that's Mark Hanna, Doug. And I'll tell you why it's Mark Hanna.
Why?
You know, sometimes when you first talk with Mark Hanna, which is a great experience because he learns about you and then builds out a custom plan for you, educates you on it, all that good stuff. So it's not like a cookie cutter plan that someone in your age with a similar salary would make. That's not what he does. He learns about you. And then once you've had that great conversation, you have the plan in motion. Let's say you need to change something or something in your life changes or for any reason, you get in touch with Mark Hanna, he gets on another call with you, and he puts your worries to rest. And that's what's so key. And he's such a great communicator. He's such a great communicator. He's the great communicator because he's able to express his thoughts and opinions on what your situation is in such a great way. I love talking to Mark Hanna. Like, I truly look forward to any time I have a call with Mark Hanna. I know I'm going to leave that phone call in a better mood than I started.
That's the way it works with him. You're right. I talked with him for like an hour last week. 314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com. He presents Jeremy Rutherford, who joins us now on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines. Good morning, JR.
Good morning, boys. How you guys doing?
Wonderful. Just so you know, because I know you're a big fan of the new picture of Iggy in his bed, he has exited the studio. He has to tend to an assignment.
He's got an assignment. Boy, I'll tell you what, if I know that Blue Chew lasts as long as that Reed, count me in.
Oh, clip that off. You might get the account now with that line. That might be a new tag. Iggy is back in studio, by the way.
I'm used to Mark Hanna coming in for this.
Oh,
I ain't disappointed.
Yeah, you're disappointed you have to be in studio?
It's coming like once.
No, like, well, I know that James comes in every Monday.
You all right now? You settled and everything?
That segment off.
Got that coat put on the chair?
I can't add anything. I haven't seen a Blues game in 4 years except for it was on TV at Harpo's last Thursday.
What an endorsement.
Very nice. JR, so Iggy probably doesn't have many questions regarding the team's play lately. I was telling Doug, and I'm looking at the updated number now, MoneyPuck.com has the Blues at 4%. 4% to make the playoffs. Only 5 teams below the Blues in the NHL as far as probabilities to even make the playoffs. Does that number stun you, or you think, that's probably about right?
Yeah, I was actually listening to you yesterday on Balloon Party, and I was playing along because I did not know the number. You know, you check Money Puck every once in a while, but I hadn't in a while. And so as you threw out the question, what do you think the percentage is? I was thinking 15 to 20, and when you came in at 3 point something, I thought that was pretty low, but not surprising with the way things have gone.
And the number that some Blues fans started paying attention to during the first losing streak is the winning the draft lottery. The Blues are 8.3% to win the draft lottery, and only 2 teams have better odds than the Blues, the Blackhawks and the Ducks. I guess the Coyotes are at 8.4%. The Blues are at 8.3%. How about that?
Yeah, which is amazing because I did a story for The Athletic the other day where we actually addressed could the Blues be in the running for that lottery pick, and Connor Bedard is the top player that everybody's kind of, you say, fighting for, want to lose for. And I felt weird writing the article, thinking about the Blues having a chance at the number 1 pick. I've been covering the team since 05, 06, and you go back to the time when the Blues had the opportunity to take Eric Johnson. It just seems like eons ago that the Blues were in that position.
Now, the NBA has talked about they got to worry about tanking for these once-in-a-lifetime players that are going number 1. Would NHL teams start tanking? At what point do they start tanking?
Pull your goalie.
Yeah,
the start of the game.
Pull your goalie. Pull your goalie. It's definitely been the case and been talked about, Iggy, for a few years now. And you look at Arizona, that's definitely what they're doing. They're trading off a lot of their players that they have to get picks in the hopes of losing. And you look at the Chicago Blackhawks, whoever thinks the Chicago Blackhawks has a team like that, but kind of that's what they've been doing the last year or two also. So it's definitely in the conversation when it comes to the NHL, like the NBA.
I keep expecting the Blues to turn it around. It just seems to me they have too many players with a very good track record of success. They just have to be better than what we've seen over the last month, aren't they?
Well, that's where I give Tim credit. He's like the longtime beat writer of the Blues, I guess, because we go back to the Balloon Party, and he was asking me, what do you think about the way things are going? And I told him, that day, I think they'll turn around. Some pretty good signs here lately. We're talking, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and it didn't happen. It did not happen. And so this team is not as good as I thought they would be. And I, like you, felt like things at different points were going to turn around. But now I think we're seeing the true colors of what these guys play like. I think they're capable of more, but for whatever reason, the chemistry, the cohesion on the ice, so on and so forth, just hasn't come together.
Who do you get the most complaints about? You do those mailbags on The Athletic, and obviously people tweet at you and I'm sure email you. So who do you get the most complaints about? Because I would think, if we were all looking at what happened this year, I think Doug Armstrong would probably be the one that I think if you're taking emotion out of it, you go, yeah, I think he's got to get a good amount of the blame for what's going on. But my guess is he still has a lot of equity from 2019. So my guess is the name will be Colton Parayko.
I was going to say it rhymes with Soreko. But, let's touch on Doug Armstrong for 1 second. For years and years, the Blues have been successful, and then they win the Cup. So like you said, there's definitely some equity built up there, and deservedly so. I've said before that it's almost gotten to the point where I could say that the Blues have traded their best player for a bag of pucks, and people would say, okay, well, in Army we trust. This is going to work out well, because he's done it. And so I understand that, and I understood that. But, yeah, definitely – this offseason with the decision not to bring Perron back and how we've seen that's backfired, and also with these long-term contracts, like everybody sees what he was trying to do, but when you get in a jam like this and now everybody on your team is signed to 6 and 7 and 8-year contracts and they're hard to unload, I think definitely Doug Armstrong's taken his fair share of criticism this season. But player-wise, probably Parayko, and I think it's, it goes back years. Everybody knows why, but when you're 6'5", 6'6", and don't play like it, St. Louis fans are used to guys like Chris Pronger, and they just want to see that in Colton Parayko, and he's not that type of player. We're not going to see it, and I think until he's no longer a Blues player, whenever that is, 8 years from now, 2 years from now, they're going to hold that against him.
They're 29 games in now. How much longer do you think they let it go like this before they start to make some changes?
Yeah, so you got the trade deadline coming up in, 2.5 months, and so I think you could see some changes before then. I don't know how significant they'll be, but I think what's going to happen here is you'll get into a moratorium around the holidays where you can't make those types of transactions, and then you come back, December 27th, and the talk will start to pick up, and then in January you'll start to see more scouts out. So I really do think we're talking several more weeks of this. Now, does Doug Armstrong find a partner who is willing and able to make a move before then? If so, we could see that move. But as I look at it, I think we're looking at, late January.
Yeah, and you look at it from another direction. The team in first place in the Central is Dallas. They only have 4 more wins than the Blues. So there's plenty of time to get into playoff position. Do you think they have it in them? Would it surprise you to see them catch fire a little bit?
No, I think that the Blues could put together a little streak and be, within a couple points. Like right now, what are they, 4 or 5 outside of a wild card spot? But you look at some of those teams, they've got games in hand on the Blues, so the Blues have played more games than they have. So, if you look at it as 4 or 5 points, you can add another 3 or 4 or 5 points to that because of those games in hand. But I think that what we've said all along is that Doug Armstrong looks at the roster with some honesty that, hey, do I think this is a group that can make a run? And if not, then he can, even though they're in the hunt, make those changes and kind of build for the future a little bit. And so I think that's probably the case. So you can look at the standings, you can look at the schedule, you can look at, hey, we got, 2 more months before any of this stuff goes down. Things could change by then. But I think that is that going to change Doug Armstrong's opinion of the team? It probably isn't.
Jeremy Rutherford with us, presented by Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Let's go to the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. JR, if Army decides to blow things up and trade away some assets and then need some veteran bodies to get through this thing, or Jeff Courtnall or Michael Handzus going to get the call? And then second, how long do you think it will take to get that Instagram image of Linda Hunt curled up in her bed out of your head? That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener. Doug, he might go to the Hall of Fame sometime soon.
Handzus, probably not. Courtnall, I think he's still getting through some concussion, situation.
And he's 50-something by now, isn't he?
50-something, right. Might not make the Blues top 9, so I probably know on Courtnall also. And then as far as the picture, it's going to take a while. Like, it honestly is. When I saw that, it imprinted in my head. I copied the photo. Jackson said, "Can you come on?" I sent it to Jackson. And so I got another look at it. That's 2 looks at that picture. So I think for every look at the picture, it takes a week to get out of your head. So we're looking at about two weeks.
Do I look like Linda Hunt?
Flip that up.
I mean, back in the
Those are
day,
my
if I was Linda Hunt, I'd never leave the house. I would just stay at home and play with myself all day.
What? What
I mean,
in the world? We're talking hockey right now.
And I think you might have people mixed up.
Linda Hunt?
No,
Who's Linda Hunt?
Linda Hunt was
Like
on
the 4'8" gal who's in The Incredibles?
Oh,
Bro,
no,
you
no.
are, yeah. No way.
Who's the girl that was in the?
No way.
There's a Linda Hunt actress who was very attractive.
No.
No, this is an older lady.
Linda Carter, maybe.
No.
Linda Carter was Wonder Woman, Doug. She's
Sure she was.
beautiful.
Yeah.
There's only one. And
Linda
it's
Evans.
her.
There was a Linda
Was
Hunt.
she in Dynasty?
That
Oh,
was,
yeah. Oh, and in Big Valley. God, she was gorgeous in the Big Valley, going
Linda
way
Hunt
back to the
was
60s.
Why don't we have her run?
She might not even be alive anymore.
Well, still.
I guarantee her name was Linda Hunt.
No, this one definitely.
Well, not that
Her
one.
sister was Marsha Hunt.
No, there's a Linda Hunt. She was
Little
in.
Marsha Warfield played Roz on Night Court. Bad about things.
Are you talking about Helen?
Iggy.
Helen Hunt. I'm sorry.
Iggy. Helen. Oh, Hunt. No, Linda Hunt. That Linda Hunt that you're thinking of, Iggy, she was in Golden Girls.
No,
Is that what it
I
was?
I was thinking of Helen Hunt.
She had
Sorry.
a cameo.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't familiar with Linda Hunt. Sorry, I was thinking Helen Hunt.
You'd know her if you saw her.
What is it? I just went to Twitter, and the Plowhawk has a picture of John Mazalik doing pull-ups. What the hell just happened?
Sorry, JR.
What is this?
With no comment either. There you go.
Yeah, that's all I saw. I just switched over really quickly. I'll go back into our engineered design facilities text inbox. Hey, JR, is it possible the Blues are just an average team? Not great, but not awful. Also, Doug said my performance was average at Harpo's when we were behind the dumpster. Should I be proud of his assessment? That's from the Bougie Wasp.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Well, I think that the Blues could be a below-average team. And, hey, listen, we talked about this a couple days ago, Tim and Jackson, what Kelly Chase had to say about the team. He said it looks like a good group of players, good group of everything, just a bad team. And, you know, I don't know that it's an indictment on anything in terms of the team put together or the coaching staff. I just think that for whatever reason, it's taken these guys a long time to figure out how to play with each other and I guess cut that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Gotta be careful on this show.
Way ahead. We got that clipped off.
Yeah, got that clip, but it just has not come together. So that's the big thing there. And in terms of evaluating your performance behind the dumpster, I'll leave that to the other guys. Maybe that Mr. Fix, but I don't have a vote for that guy. But yeah, that's worst caller of the year.
Yeah,
I know you're 12 months away from the voting.
Well, if the players don't come together and you got a good group of players, that usually goes to the coaching, doesn't it?
Well, it does, but I think in this case, Doug, it's probably more so the roster construction. I just think that there are some probably big picture things, that over the course of a couple of years, look, the game changes, the league changes. It's hard to keep players, and I think the roster construction has caught up to the Blues.
Final question for you here. I know, Doug, you wanted us to get to this one. JR, is it just me, or does Ryan O'Reilly look sluggish out there? Do you think he's staying up too late on road trips exploring Harry York's pleasure pocket?
What?
Or do you think he needs a night or two off? A little break seemed to benefit Binner. That's from Mrs. Janny Shanahan.
Mrs. Janie Shanahan chiming in. Never heard that story. So I think that with Ryan O'Reilly, listen, he's going to be 32. He's still, not old, but, his type of game has always been kind of a slower, methodical, work hard type game. And, although he isn't what he is probably a couple years ago, I think that you watch him and look, the past week or two, he's willed in a couple of those goals. He's doing some of the things that you'd wish that some of the other younger guys would do. And so you'll never see it like the NBA. You'll never see a Ryan O'Reilly take the night off like sometimes the goalies get. So I don't anticipate that being the case. And in fact, last thing I'll say here is I think we're seeing the opposite. I think they're giving O'Reilly and these guys more role, more responsibility than we've seen in the past month or so. So it seems like they're kind of turning it back over to those guys as opposed to the younger ones. So more Ryan O'Reilly here.
There it is. There you go. Doug, the Harry York rumor can be put to rest. Jeremy Rutherford with us here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After every Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, and he's presented by Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. JR, always appreciate the time and enjoy you tending to the two-part questions of the listeners. Thank you so much, sir.
Anytime, boys. Thanks.
There he is, the great Jeremy Rutherford with us here. You like that Ruthy?
Yeah.
Said Kelly Chase accosted him in the press box about his weight before the game on Sunday.
Whose weight?
Jeremy Rutherford's.
What's wrong with his weight?
I guess the Chaser thought it was a little high.
Oh.
Is Chaser still doing anything with the Blues? As far as...
He's in the press box.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I don't think he's necessarily doing anything on air.
Okay.
I think as a former player, you can always have access up there.
He just doesn't, and I don't think he really wants to necessarily do it. I think I've told the story before. This is what goes on QFTA. Or I think I've told the story, but I'm not sure I did. We were talking about having somebody on regularly, and the sales staff asked about the possibility of Kelly Chase coming on, and they were telling him how much they would pay him. And so I texted him. I said, hey, would you be interested in coming on once a week? I don't know if it was for TMA or Balloon Party for X amount of dollars. And he wrote back, I'll pay you X amount of dollars to not have me call in every week. How about that? Sounds good. Doesn't sound like you're as interested as the sales staff.
No. Well, he's got another business going now with Brett Hull, right?
That's right.
CBD business.
Well, we're in the fusion business.
We're gonna be. Yeah. That's the future. The future is fusion, fellas.
The future is also Dear Abby and Dear Deidre and Dear Prudence, Doug. And how about this one? I think we have a cucking, but maybe Iggy will tell me otherwise.
All right.
Dear Abby, my ex-wife Jenny and I were together 7 years. Married for almost 5 of them. We have a young child together. We've been divorced for 8 months. I've been trying to reconcile with her because she is the love of my life, and I want our family to be together. The problem is, since we separated, she has been seeing my ex-best friend, Mac, who was the best man at our wedding. I was crushed when I found out. I've tried to show Jenny that Mac is a manipulator, a liar, and that he hasn't been honest with her during their time together. I know that I am clearly the best man for Jenny, our son, and our family. However, she continues to see Mac, even after his true colors have been shown and after I have done everything to make things right with us and win her back. How should I proceed, knowing she's making the wrong decision? Doug, here is Abby's response.
Okay.
Please accept my sympathy because it's obvious you are hurting. You can't save your marriage all by yourself. It takes 2. Your ex is unwilling to accept that Mac hasn't been honest, and sometimes people must learn the hard way. As much as you'd like to save Jenny, she's going to have to make her own mistakes. Stay close so you can buffer your son if there are stormy seas ahead. If Mac is as bad as you say, their romance will likely not last. Did Mac cuck this gentleman?
No, I think they were divorced.
I know. That's why I was wondering.
It's not a cucking.
But he was the best man, and now he's with the ex-wife.
Well, I mean, you're divorced. She's fair game.
Doug, she's fair game. Mac is not doing anything wrong.
No, I think Mac.
It's a cock.
Well, maybe not, but I think Mac is a real scumbag.
Ah.
I think it's real low to do.
Well, again, we don't know what happened. This dude could just be heartbroken and he's blaming Mac's fart and just lying about him.
But if Mac is his best man and best friend, and you go date his ex-wife, like Ted Danson in Curb, scumbag.
Oh,
I bet that kind of thing happens.
Well, not
happens
Ted
more than
Danson.
you
His
think.
character is a scumbag. I think it's dirty pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's my best friend, I'm going to ask, do you mind if I date her? If he says, I really don't want you to, then I wouldn't. If he's my friend, I'd just probably do something on the side and not tell him.
That makes it better.
Man, what a friend. Cherished friend.
Well, I wouldn't want him to be heartbroken. I would tell him.
Right. You've broken a lot of hearts, probably.
Yeah, I don't want to end up in Dear Abby.
Doug, this Mac sounds like he's problematic.
Right. Why won't he back off a little bit?
Well, she obviously doesn't want you, so quit begging. You sound like a little wuss.
Oh,
so now it is a compliment.
He's not over the hurt yet.
My best friend Mac is dating her. I know we'd be better together for the family. I want her back. Quit begging. Nobody wants that.
Birthday in 3 days.
Play hard to get. That'd be your best shot. Do what you want with him. I don't care. I got other women here. And make her jealous. Go find your own woman. Quit begging Dear Abby to help you out.
Yeah, guys are such little babies, man.
Well, he fell for this gal, and even though she divorced him, he still has the feelings for her.
Yeah, well, that's called a simp.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Heifer and Genie, heartless.
Get yourself a masturbation station and get ready for a long 40 years.
You guys are very clinical.
Thank you.
Wow.
No, I mean, I didn't mean Iggy. I just meant if he's trying to beg for a girl that doesn't want him, that's a long process of very much so hurtful experience. And screw this guy.
Mac?
Yeah. What an ass.
Oh. Well, what if she made the play on Mac?
Then that's a different story.
Yeah, we can't get the complete story from Dear Abby. I mean, that column's not
Well,
that
these
long.
are fake too, right? Are these real?
Well, sure, they're fake.
But even if she made the moves on Mac, he has some sort of self-discipline to say, "Hey, you're my
But yeah,
best
you
friend's
look at
ex-wife."
it. You look at it completely different when you're on the defensive as opposed to
And if they've been divorced for 8 months, that's a while.
Still.
And she doesn't want you. Clearly, I wouldn't do it. I love my boys.
You wouldn't do this to Mace Dog or
Oh
Reefer,
hell no,
Matty
man!
Dreads.
We just smoke a fat blunt and talk about how funny that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just
Why a fat blunt in that situation?
I don't know. I keep my friends really small. I keep my group of friends really small for this exact reason.
Because you keep falling in love with each other's significant other?
You could have stopped the sentence to fall in love with each other.
Look, I've slept with friends' wives. If they don't,
You slept with everyone, apparently.
what they don't know won't hurt them.
No woman could say no to your charms.
Back in the day, no.
No. Whoever you wanted,
Back in
pretty
the
much?
day, I pretty much knew if I went into a place and found somebody, I could leave with her if I wanted to.
Because of the fake Rolex?
No, just because I was a good-looking guy back then. I had suave.
That's suave.
I had suave. God bless it.
The shampoo?
So whoever it was, whatever woman it was,
Suave.
if you wanted her.
Jackson, can you make that T-shirt? I want to wear that at Christmas.
Certainly the name of the segment.
He brought shampoo to the table, and that changed it all.
No, you know suave and debonair.
But you don't say, I have suave.
I am suave.
Doug, you can't have an adjective,
Yeah,
can you?
You can be suave, but you can't say, I have suave.
You have Riz.
No, I'm very honest because now I'm a dog. I used to be attractive.
And could get any girl you wanted when
now
you
it's
walk
different.
into a place.
Girls say I'm ugly until they find out how much money I have. Then they say I'm ugly and poor.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a bit.
Sounds like you.
I thought that was going to be a sketch.
No, just a bit. I was driving on 70 one day. I noticed a woman had run out of gas. So I pulled over to see if she needed any help.
That's one of the part of the Iggy house.
That's how easy it is to make these stories up.
I imagine in your heyday, you weren't shy about walking up to anyone and starting a conversation and asking to close the deal.
No, and
Was that your secret?
A lot of times it's the other way around.
Wow.
Oh, they would approach you, of course.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you have suave.
I'm very comfortable around people. Now, it didn't used to be that way. I used to be shy around people.
What opened you up?
I don't know. I just...
Alcohol, probably.
It did when I first... I would go to... When I was working at the Breckenridge, that was my first job waiting tables.
Sneezing is pleasing.
And my friend Mark Rosen got me the job. And I said, I've never waited tables before. That's easy. Just go up, take an order, turn it in, bring the food out. But I was always nervous talking in front of people, even if I had to go, hi, get you a cocktail? I would always go to Charcoal House because my dad would be working until 6 or 7.
Pick up some tips there.
And on my way, I would just stop at Charcoal House and have a vodka and tonic. Just talk to my dad, have a vodka tonic, loosen up, go to work.
You were too shy to ask someone what they wanted for
Yeah,
for
I was
lunch?
shy in front of people. There were sometimes I just bring like a bottle of schnapps in and put it under the counter and then go back to get some water for a couple. Just take a little shot of schnapps. Yeah, I'm fine. I wouldn't get drunk, but
just a little sip of confidence.
Yeah, and I don't know why. All of a sudden I got confident talking in front of people. I don't know how it happened. I didn't take any lessons or anything or go to take classes on public speaking. It's just I said, yeah, what do I care what they think of me if I'm not? They're not looking at me and saying, God, this guy's nervous. I said, let's talk. Well, first of all, you don't have a mom because you're not married, so your kids don't have that mom that you're dating. I didn't say I got smarter, but I just got...
You've always understood the human condition very well.
So,
And the family tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then I just got comfortable talking in front of people, and now I kind of enjoy it.
Well, Ryan Kelly is comfortable helping you with your mortgage. If high interest rates are keeping you on the sidelines in the search for a home, the Inflation Deflation Program from Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, will put you back in the game. After you're pre-approved with the home loan expert, they'll enroll you in their Interest Rate Rewind program. That means your interest rate will be 2 full points from today's rate for the first year of your loan, and then 1 point lower in year 2. And after that, your interest rate will adjust to today's current rate. Once you close on your new dream home with Ryan Kelly's team, you'll be enrolled in the VIP Refi program. That way, when interest rates drop, and they will come back down, the home loan expert team will refinance your loan to the new lower rate with no fees. All you have to do is make 6 months of payments after your closing, and you can get locked in at that lower rate. Now, that is some VIP service. Find out more about the inflation deflation program at thehomeloanexpert.com. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you so much, Sir Mortgage.
Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. Waterproofing and foundation repair with Matt Ford and Brett Groman. Think local, think Stratum. It's stratumrepair.com, 314-620-8153. They are local. They're in Chesterfield, Missouri. They're in Columbia, Illinois, and they will take care of basement crack repair, foundation peering for settling homes, bowing or rotating wall repairs, basement waterproofing services like sump pumps, interior and exterior drainage solutions, egress window installation, concrete leveling, downspout extensions at Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. Stratum Structural Systems. Matt Ford, Brett Groman, great people, and they have worked on my home. So it's easy for me to vouch for them. And, you know, Doug, what's making a delicious drink should be as easy and simple as pouring a glass of wine. And now it is. Yeah. Thanks to Patch & Bottle's new ready-to-serve cocktails, all containing super premium spirits like the Hendricks Gin Martini, Glenfiddich Single Malt Manhattan, Reka Rhubarb Cosmo, and Monkey Shoulder Lazy Old Fashioned. Do not spend your next party in the kitchen shaking and stirring while your guests have a good time without you. Like a cock! Treat them and treat yourself. The Batch & Bottle's premium ready-to-serve cocktails, Batch & Bottle premium pre-batch cocktails, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. You know, I do that spot on 101 ESPN, and I've noticed that the like a cuck thing is not included in the copy for 101 ESPN.
Yeah,
I really wanted you to like
When
mix
I made
up the
that
copies.
Salt Smoke Andy Dick commercial, dude, they took that off air immediately.
One day I really want you to mix
Played
up
one
those
time
copies.
and Marty
Just see what
immediately deleted it.
happens.
Yeah.
What do you say over there? Like a cool kid.
Oh, what the hell?
No, it's just a different, but I would just want you to go, like a cock, like really hard on 101. And I could just picture the listeners driving off the road.
They wouldn't have any idea what it meant.
Oh, they would.
We don't know what it means on
We
this
still
show.
can't define it. We've been trying for 10 years.
Those 101 listeners, they've been cucked. Come on,
Yeah,
they
but
know what a cuck
they don't
is.
know it.
So you believe that certain stations have listeners who are cucked more than others?
Well, the anger.
And that's why they are angry at Jackson over. He dug it yesterday. He updated people on what happened to the Oklahoma City Thunder the night before, and the text that came in immediately.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, when you're
the
pissed,
2 point per game leaders in the league.
yeah, when you're pissed about a Blues game in December on a Tuesday night,
It
you've been
depends.
cucked.
It
It's
depends.
happened
At least
more
that's
than
your
once.
hometown team.
It depends. If you're like the wife is listening to KC, she's a hard rocking chick, and the husband's listening to easy listening, chances are he's been cucked.
Really?
Why?
Wow.
Because you're a badass if you listen to a certain type of music.
Oh, yeah, and if you listen to Casey Kasem, oh my God.
Oh, Will come
Don't even
down.
get me started. You're basically cuck supreme.
He's been
Wow, I didn't know any of this stuff.
No,
No,
I
if you-
used to listen to Casey Kasem all the
If
time.
you
I
don't
didn't
know,
he was dead, so
if you
my
don't know you've been cucked, even though you have been, are you still a cuckold?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. You're a naive simp cuck.
Oh,
Do you have to be a
They're
sentient
rare.
cock?
They're kind of like the albino deer, like you see them sometime, but
Well, the wife knows you're cucked, so
but you don't know it.
well, he may not know it, but he's cucked because his wife knows. And the boyfriend or the guy she's cheating with knows he's a cuck. So
But are you still the cuckold? Are you still the noun?
yeah, he's been cuckolded.
yeah, and I think like Loomster has no idea. He has basically cuck written on his forehead. And he has no
Right,
idea.
and he was the Listener of the
Yeah.
Year nominee.
He's the last one to know.
He still doesn't believe it, Doug. And that's
Doesn't
what
believe
makes
it
it
happened?
hard.
He wasn't cucked.
Well, I thought he was cucked.
Oh, he kind of.
By who? His wife and Lisa Ann?
Lisa Ann.
Yeah, he sat back in the corner and let his wife do all the work.
Yeah,
I don't know
she
if you
got
can
it
explain
bad.
a cuck to me.
Well, there was no sex involved.
But yeah, that's still
Not that we
an-
know of.
I mean,
He
what
still
kind of a
got.
cuck would that be?
He doesn't know either.
Well, it just showed that he would be a great cuck because he sat there, kind of in the corner, and watched Lisa Ann and his wife hit it off.
Well, that's a given, but he wasn't cucked.
And then Lisa Ann said on mic, "I'm going to choose you guys if you feel safe," meaning, you know, you got a cuck in the group.
A simp,
You
in
got a
fact.
cuck in the group. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today here in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Morning, a haiku entitled Christmas is Coming. Almost Christmas time. Lance is ready for action. I taste his colon. Thanks, Lance.
Oh.
Wonderful do.
Bad. Who was it now?
Lord of Ladue.
Lord of Ladue.
Doug and Jackson are not reaching their full earning potential, and I've got a big-time money-making idea to help them out. My idea is like a modified Cameo plan. Instead of fat sads requesting personalized video messages, Jackson and Doug could cuddle with local guys. Here's how it works. A lonely stepdad or father-in-law would request a cameo, and the teammate talent of their choice would simply arrive at their house and snuggle. No nudity, no funny business, and absolutely no penetration. Just two straight guys pressing their bodies together under a blanket.
Okay.
Every so often, you can run funny-themed cuddle sessions like the cute little muddy cuddle that I've thought up. It's just like it sounds. Jackson would take a hot, steamy dump at the guy's house while the fella watches, and when Pringsy's done wiping his mud spout, the two men start their cuddle session.
Nice.
I know you're thinking, but what about Tim and the rest of the gang? Why can't they be cuddlers too? Well, people would be too intimidated by Tim's greatness, so he's out. Plowsy's hog precludes him from this endeavor because no one wants to feel 8 inches of beef poking their back. And I already stated no funny business. And as for the old guy who hasn't started the passport application process, well, nobody wants to huddle close to a heavy-breathing hummingbird enthusiast, so he's out too. Let me know what you think about the business. It's from the JV golf coach. P.S. Indiana Jones Temple of Doom is a good movie, and Jackson has officially lost his movie credibility.
No, wrong.
JV golf coach. I did not like the use of the phrase mud spout.
This message is for the Dallas Buyers Club stunt double. Instead of ingesting copious amounts of preservatives on air, surfing Instagram, browsing the online clearance rank of Oshkosh Bagosh for small human clothes that fit your adult body, and talking about an OnlyFans account that will never happen, how about you spend some of the time organizing the drops and play something else besides Francesa drops and Keisha Gray's drops? How dare you desecrate the icon that Stedman is and will always be. Love me the need for seed.
Love be the need for seed. He's new.
Yeah, that was the first time Keisha Drop has played in a month and a half. I mean, suck it, bro.
Good morning. I read on TravelZoo.com that this eatery has the best meatloaf dish in the game. Oh, it comes with organic catsup? I'll have 3 orders. Extra crispy, boy, with a side of General Tso's chicken. Oh, this loaf is a bit bland, boy. You want to spice it up a bit, boy? Let's whisk this loaf to the men's room and let it brine in the toilet water that has been soaking up steamy boy snakes for the past 6 hours. Think about it. That's from Tunnels, 12,000.
Yeah, I figured it was. Tunnels, 12,000.
I haven't had that one in a while.
Another poor email.
You ain't nothing but an Iggy Strode lying all the time. You ain't nothing but an Iggy Strode lying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught that passport, but you're still a friend of mine. Well, you said Nautica was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, you said Nautica was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, you ain't never going to Jamaica, but you're still a friend of mine. But this email's about buying votes. A few days ago, Plowsy sold his vote because someone had helped him with the internets. So let me take you back to when I gave Plowsy brand spanking new lawn chairs. Some would say it's my own fault buying my future wife rocking chairs for her new front porch, when in fact there was no front porch. That's a story for a different day. The fiasco is getting the chairs to Plowsy, for it became the summer of my license plate got stolen, my car got stolen, I am out of town on the weekends fiasco. Needless to say, I ended up bringing them to the studio in Kirkwood, and Iggy and I loaded them into Plowsy's car. P.S. I would rather spend 7 hours in a row in divorce court again than hear Caller Ellen's voice, nails on a chalkboard. Doug, that's from Dickie is the first name, and the last name is Wrinkler.
Dickie Wrinkler.
That's right.
Frenchman.
I'm shocked I helped somebody load chairs into your truck.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
No, you wouldn't do
I
that.
don't remember doing that kind of labor.
No.
Hey guys, you ever see the episode of How I Met Your Mother where the main characters have reoccurring habits that aren't noticed by their friends until they are pointed out? There have been a lot of recurring bits the texters love to run about Iggy that I thought were just bits until he left us for a week. This running joke that KG in O-Town will take Iggy's job has Iggy filling my timeline with the relentless frequency of a poorly run social media ad campaign for deep-throating ice cream bars. He's also, quote-unquote, taking notes in the studio now first thing in the morning. The nose whistling sounds like someone is smothering a congested basset hound, and it runs at such a high frequency, I didn't notice it until it was gone the week he was on vacation. The pouting is real. It's always been real. Best, that's from Dogtown Ty.
Dogtown Ty.
On Scott Van Pelt's next Bad Beats segment, he will go in depth on Iggy's Croatia bet, showcasing how a 65-year-old man hastily placed a long shot bet on a soccer match from a mall parking lot without understanding the terms of the wager and mistakenly believed he'd won $800 in make-believe money to get a season total up to minus $2,480 in a gambling podcast competition where 2/3 of the participants have been absent for 8 weeks in a row.
True that.
I know a lot about organizing drops, and it's great. How's Darren Atkins? When are you going to bring back that? How about that whole deal? The guy who has been employed as the same TMA drops maestro for the better part of the last 8 years, minus a self-furlough or two, aggressively scolded the audience this morning for having the nerve to request Denny's Nicki Minaj Mixed Fusion Moscato drop. He then explained that the drops are just not organized very well. When pressed by Tim for a solution, Plowsy replied, quote, "This is going to maybe sound like I'm lazy. The fact is I know exactly what to do, and it can be done. But it's 15, 18, 20-plus hours of work, and I'm not going to do that for free," end quote. Jesus!
Oh.
I won't say anything further because I like Plowsy, and the last time I did a deep dive on his work ethic, he was fired within minutes. That's from Buck Swope.
Buck.
I love that email, and that last part was accurate.
Why? All he did was recap the show. He responded to everything that we've already said on the show.
Well, he is the historian.
Yeah, he is. Sergeant at Arms.
How it was worded and maybe able to read by Tim.
P.S. If you call in a TMA to explain that you're just playing a douche character, you're still a douche. That's Buck Swope. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, you guys remember that time you did show prep, talked logistics, and hashed out overtime requirements on air for the majority of the segment? Oh, wait, never mind. That was today's first hour. Quite the little banner morning for the crack team of producers. Pep, Jeannie, and the lead producer, who's a minor that had to get a work permit to supervise the other two, and currently wonders if he really even needed the degree for this farce. Vintage moment came when Ken failed to comprehend that he lost a soccer bet based on the available rules and parameters of said bet that are front and center before you risk the week's $10 grocery budget on Croatia. Read the fine print, Ken! Then poor little Piddles had to painstakingly explain to Ken why he lost the bet. Ken doubled down and said he won. Piddles countered that he did not, in fact, lose. And now I guess it's just up in the air until Strode sees the money gone and he has to whore himself out for some more holiday cameos on a typically dormant account with funds being embezzled by Matt Rocchio. Oh, it got better, though. We as a listening audience all got a crash course on drops and why they cannot work like they did over a decade ago. Found out that character fella had the 360 machine the whole time, and it wasn't part of the liquidation process to fund lucrative tubed meat stands. And got another unnecessary call from Ellen. Seriously, caller Ellen is like that one eternally single aunt who botches the mashed potatoes, making them too bland at Thanksgiving, is a part of a local crochet club, yet still manages to have an opinion on everyone and everything that 0 people asked for. And finally, Ken, read the damn copy for the boner pills and stick to the script. We get it. You can still get that withering, wrinkled anteater up without help, unless you count a swollen chick with a uniboob saved to your favorites as help. Jesus, that's from Los Ween and Doug. That's what we have. For
Carlos
the Designer
Spicy Wiener.
Good batch.
Oh, my God.
There's a good one by the Spicy Wiener. Buck Swope had a good one. Dogtown Ty was
a lot of worthy
good.
emailers today.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Today I think I'm going to give it to Buck Swope.
You're such a...
What?
Yeah.
Finish that sentence.
You had me a meatloaf. I'm going with Tunnels.
God, and those were the two I was considering along with Carlos Spicy.
Tunnels
I
was
am
nasty.
really in the tank here.
Tunnels was nasty.
God, Lord of Ladue is out. I know that. Nothing against the Lord of Ladue. It just wasn't going to happen. I like the JV golf coach's work. I think that's kind of flying under the radar here.
Mud cuddle?
Yeah, the mud cuddle. I think that was really solid. I like the thing about the Plowhawk shopping for Oshkosh Bagosh. I think that's an underrated reference. I'm going Carlos Spicy Wiener. Carlos Spicy Wiener gets my vote. Plowhawk, you're Speaker of the House. You can do it right here.
Oh, Jeannie, sorry, but it's Buck T. Swope.
Buck Swope!
How about that?
Oh, my God!
How about Buck
Capper
Swope?
goes with Buck Swope.
Yeah. It was a good one.
It was a good. It was
email.
good.
Yeah.
Iggy is
historian.
really struggling with that one.
Kind of an email is just. And the 8 o'clock hour, you guys talked about this. And then later
Johnny
on, you talked
Johnson
about
emailing
this.
in.
Yes, he talked about this. And then remember, Iggy said this. Yeah, we were here. We heard it all.
Oh.
You guys are just suck-ups.
A lot of people with 2 wins.
Sucking up the swoop for some reason. He's going to do all your drops for you, I guess, now.
This Pepper and Genie's going to be a banner episode coming up.
That'll be quick, I'm sure.
We will have Darren Pang at 10:15 on Balloon Party. Jackson and I are going to go deal with the situation down the hallway. It's 101 ESPN. For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Closing out the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour from the Michelob Ultra Studios.